etc. The corporation. Yeah.
I failed.
Okay. So you gain a point of stress, but it'll kind of dawn on you that you know that Ivy is a contractor and she's loyal to you all. But she also does have her hands in a lot of different pies. She's probably making good with the officers, like making inroads. That is most likely what she's doing right now. And that potentially may mean that she's seducing someone. So she's up to no good in some way, but you're pretty confident that it's in your all's favor. As you guys head out, Arthur, you said that you were going to just mill around, or are you going anywhere specific?
No, we'll go to the service. We'll go to the service.
It's pretty easy for you guys to find. You're on a colony ship. There's only so many places to go. As you walk these hallways, and through bulkhead after bulkhead, it's devoid of people. It's you hear the thrumming of the engines. Beyond that, the absolute quiet of space, and the unnerving feeling that if you look outside, there's just black. Absolutely nothing. If you really pay attention, you can see the stars and whatnot. From the light from in here. You go through where the crew cryo is. There's a few crew, of course. You go where the long-term storage is. The freezers just filled with most of the colonists, most of the 100 that came. And towards the back of the ship, which is where you're going, you go past the cargo decks. This is number 5. There's the guard that is there. Lockjaw actually lets you all pass this time. He'll kind of give you a look, Glenn, maybe even a nod of the head. But you guys, he doesn't accost you at all. As you get to just below where 5 is.
I'm gonna message. I'm gonna tap. I'm gonna tap. What's his name on the shoulder? Mark on the shoulder, and ask him. Yeah, I think we got a little feedback going.
You're talking about the coffee shop?
Yeah.
Yeah, sorry.
Before you get to this last bulkhead, you can see from the window and the door that the room is full of people. There's a weird light coming from it that some of you that have actually been planet side, because maybe you were on planets, maybe you weren't, you see firelight, like an actual open flame, reflected off the amber glow reflected off all of these faces, and you can hear this singing. The singing is actually quite good, and it's 4-part harmony. So these people actually all know how to sing. It's this sort of hymn that they're singing. Lots of ahs and oohs, and just sort of esoteric language. Somewhat sounds familiar, like kind of maybe Latin, but it's something else. It's mixed with sort of think of a Germanic language, but no one speaks it. As you get closer to the door and you hear them, the sopranos. What do y'all do?
Take a seat near the back.
Turn around and leave. So you open up the door. the music is way louder. Some of them turn, but they keep singing, and you see in a pretty sizable room. It's like on the ship. It's like an entire storeroom. There's the storage all around, and in the center of the room, they're in a circle. There's some kind of writing that they've scrawled out onto the ground. It looks like with like the big chalk, or like a big piece of charcoal on the white ground. It's a stark image, pretty much a big fuck all pentagram. And in the center of it, you see a bonfire in here, like with smoke going out. The ventilation you can hear is kicking as it's sucking the smoke out. Cutscene to space, smoke going into space. As Helena you can see her at the far end. The firelight just shining on her face. All of their eyes are like wide, and they're singing into this fire as one of the nearby colonists turns and says, "Welcome, shut the door," and he beckons you in.
Okay, head in.
Oh my god, what kind of
Any of the back.
is this? And then I shut the door.
I'll look for the fire suppression systems. See if I can get a bean on my maybe where they would be, just in case.
Oh yeah.
In here? Yeah, you see there's like a little fire alarm, and the suppression system is over there.
All right, nice.
As they're all singing, and the room is alive with this music. Like it is, you can feel it in your chest. These 20 people howling this song. It is resonating off everything. An enchanting type thing. As you see the fire, it's a small bonfire, but think of like a dumpster fire. Think of like a barrel fire going. It's kind of hot, and everyone's sort of like sweating a little bit. What are y'all doing? You in the back? You in the front? Where are you?
I am kind of pressed up against the door. Like my back's up against the door. Like I'm keeping all three of you in absolute view at all times. And like I feel like, hey, come on! Or if the group moves, I very reluctantly, kind of robotically, like scoot, Or
what about the rest of you?
I'm gonna get closer to the fire suppression system.
Yeah, you get closer.
I think Jackson's just gonna watch from the back there.
Yep. Arthur?
Yeah, same. Just stay near the back, near the door. I'll probably be stood next to Mark.
This goes on for a good 10 minutes of them just ceaselessly singing. Like there's a point where it's droning so much, you all even find yourselves sort of losing your sense of focus as this chant is going. Everyone can roll sanity saves.
Not even.
It's really
That's
just like
also
being at
dehydrated.
church. Is you just go. What?
Just hypnotic.
Yeah.
That is a fail.
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 Pass.
Glenn, you passed. Nice. What'd you roll?
Now,
A 13.
Nice.
Lucky number 13.
Everybody gains stress, but Glenn, as you're sitting there, and there's a moment where you feel yourself kind of wake up. Each of you can do this in your own way. Maybe your vision clouds. Maybe you just sort of lose a little bit of not consciousness, but your awareness. And there's this uneasy feeling. Perhaps it's in balance. Perhaps it's in how much time has passed. You can't quite gather it. How long have you been in here? And you're woken up by this wild woman voice as Helena is straight up like kindling, like what they do in
Keening.
Basically, Norse style calling the herd as she is just this high pitched, beautiful, but just high, soaring voice as she, arms raised, starts like dancing around the fire. People are starting to sway as Billy goes over to one of the long footlockers. You see some steam come out from it as he lifts it up, and you see him pick up something from inside. As he picks up, straight up, a dog. This dog is like a medium-sized dog. As it starts to kind of wake up, he grabs it, pulls it over where the fire is, and pulls out a big fucking knife. What y'all doing?
I hit the fire suppression system.
Right. As you see that it has been disabled.
Oh shit. Well, then I try to fix it.
Okay. Go ahead. Really quick. How are you trying to fix it? With what?
Well, if I see it's disabled, I got a little tool, assorted toolkit, and I pull up my tools and.
Do you actually have this toolkit, or did you just make it up?
Yeah, I have an assorted toolkit.
I love it. As you start fumbling through your toolkit and trying to figure out how the system works. We'll get to you in a minute. What about the rest of you?
As soon as she starts caning, like I've got my hand on my thumbstick, which I will say is probably, I don't know. It's just
It's there. Okay.
It's there. Yeah.
Arthur.
I'm wide-eyed, kind of looking back and forth between Jackson and Gunny. Sorry.
What'd you say, Arthur?
I'm going to check that the door's open, that we can get out.
Yeah, you hit it. It opens up.
Right, I'm just going to wedge my foot in so that it's not quite closed.
Okay.
Look to Mark and say, what are we doing? If the shit hits the fan, are we actually engaging or are we getting out?
That's up to you, Gunny. What do you like?
Jackson, what are you doing?
Fuck them all. Kill them all.
I think Jackson's kind of enthralled and hypnotized. He's like, are they really going to?
The knife comes down. As everybody make fear checks. Fear save. As Billy, with a serene face and a slight smile, stabs this dog to death. As this happens, the crowd erupts, arms raised, making these guttural sounds as blood spews everywhere, pooling on the ground. I know. I made it a dog for you.
I failed the fuck out of it.
There's no such thing as the next card in my game, motherfucker.
No, it's not what I meant.
This ain't Canada. What?
No, I failed the fuck out of this. I got a 93.
Yeah, you fail hard. Stress.
Is it stress or do I panic?
You gain stress.
I gain stress. Okay, how do I panic? Because I have to make. Everybody else has to make saves when I panic.
When I tell you, you make panic, or very specific situations.
Okay.
Critical failure, you have to make it.
I thought a 90 and above is always a failure. It's not
just
a critical
failure.
thing.
Yeah,
Okay.
critical is when you have two numbers the same. So doubles is when you critical.
I am not handling this very well.
No.
I am about to start wading in and just start fucking stunning people.
As you're just sitting there shaking, Arthur.
Yeah.
What'd you get?
Arthur, you see me right next to you see me go for it.
I passed. If I passed, I'm grabbing Mark's arm that's holding the weapon. Right, we need to get out of here, and I'm gonna open the door and pull him out.
Yeah, we'll say that Mark, go on.
Can I see Jackson and Glenn, because if I can get Mark out, I need to go back in. And if those two are flipping out, I'm going to have to try and save them as well.
Okay.
But priority's getting Mark out before he starts butchering everyone.
As Mark, you are shaking, disoriented, as you feel Arthur, say that. It's a stabilizing thing as he pulls you out of the room. Jackson.
I will post up right on the other side of that door. I'm waiting. I'm not. Yeah.
This is all in the same moment, so we're not getting too far ahead. Jackson
failed, but I think that's mostly because he realizes the value of the dog. And yeah, they're incredibly expensive out here, and they just wasted it for one little ritual on a ship. But he's not. He's kind of hypnotized and enthralled by the music because he failed earlier also. So he's just kind of hypnotized by it, just kind of frozen, watching it happen like a play or a TV show or something.
As you find yourself just there, Arthur, you'll see all of this. And how about you, Glenn?
I also failed, probably because I also realized the value of the dog. And it's disturbing to somebody who's interested in money.
Yeah, as you gain a point of stress, go ahead and roll the...
How'd you do that?
I believe it's Monday, and that means that we're doing the Geeky Gamer podcast with Bill and Sketch, Ken, Miller, John, AI people. I mean RI people. We got a Patreon and a coffee. Geeky Gamer Geeky Gamer podcast. Drop us an email at geekygamerpodcast at gmail.com. All lowercase letters, Mr. Interrupt. They help us with some sound shit. The Couchfire Media makes media. Tuari Belay Productions does everything terribly good.
Yeah, we don't know.
And this is our Monday game.
Hi. Right. So this is session 3 of Mothership. They've made it this far. Let's go around and introduce ourselves. We'll start with John.
Yep. Character is Arthur Scollett, explosives expert, war veteran. He's done 2 tours. In his second tour, he got to know. Hold on. Character names. Got to know Mark Zero and Jackson Berry. Then had a bit of a timeout, got arrested, came back, found these two again, and found that they teamed up with a space mechanic called Glenn Space, and is on board a ship to certain doom. The cult that does naughty things.
How about Cameron?
Hey, I am playing Mark Zero, who is a former Marine. Did 1 tour, and then decided that he was gonna go legit. Started learning to be a pilot, as a blue collar laborer, as you will. But that didn't pay the bills very well, and a couple of missteps here, a couple of bad decisions there, and ends up in a military prison transport ship where he met Jackson and character names. Arthur, and during the escape attempt, we found that our mechanic was a very good hostage. we brought him with us, and kind of been doing the same thing here and there, trying to find that score.
Miller?
Yeah, playing Jackson Brave, very similar story. Served in the Marines, saw some stuff. Doesn't have a very high moral standard, so the regular 9 to 5 was extremely boring. And he became a criminal for a few years. Got stuck on that ship, escaped, hooked up with Ivy Dukes, and the rest of them. I do like the insinuation that Glenn might have like Stockholm syndrome or something. I never considered that.
And how about Ken?
I'm playing Glenn, Spicer, new to the game of being a criminal, partially by duress, just kind of pushed into situations one after another. Getting through it. We'll just eat about anything, from a mixture between fish and steak, slurry, to whatever moss is growing on the side of an engine panel. Just because space is hard, and you do what you got to do to survive. But yeah, Glenn Spicer, going along with the flow, trying to make some money.
I don't know if you guys have seen your characters, but Ken has created what your characters look like, and they're awesome. I think you all approve. Right. So, last game, let's see what my notes say happened. I'm going to do this and use my old man light. Right. So, last game, we had some investigation going on. You guys are on the Nova Espero. This is a colony ship. It's a really nice ship. Really nice. That's the wrong word. It is a nice ship. It takes a lot of money to charter one of these. And whoever this group is, the Eos colonists, have chartered it. And you guys realize through the course of this session, or last session, I should say, that apparently these guys either have a lot of money or whoever is backing them have a lot of money, much more than even I knew. Why? Long and short, there had been some violence when you boarded. One of the station guards had panicked and really gotten into a frenzy. He had injured severely one of the lieutenants of security on the Nova Espero, and you guys took him out in horrific fashion with a vibro shetty. Took him out. You deal with that. You take the dead body. Actually, no, you didn't take the dead body. Did you take the dead body to the med bay?
Yeah, remember we lost gravity and I basically canoed.
Yeah, you right. You take the dead body as well as the ailing lieutenant to Dr. Adams, who is an eccentric medical doctor. And the long and short, you deal with that. You find out that even Dr. Adams thinks the Eos colonists are freaky. It's about that time that you go and get some dinner. This is after cleaning up, hours pass and such. You get dinner, you meet the Eos colonists. They are off. They're definitely this sort of a religious, space religion people, and sheltered in a lot of ways. You talk to Ivy Dukes, your handler. You can tell that she's making inroads in with the Nova Espero crew. So these people are not with the Eos colonists. They're essentially contractors themselves. They're here for a job. She asks you about what happened. You pretty much tell her. She says, well, you cleaned it up. Don't let anything bad happen. And most of the colonists go to cryo. They invite you, the ones that are going to stay awake, they invite you to a service. And though I did not know if you all would go, you do. When you go, everything seems moderately weird. They have an open fire in the cargo bay and start dancing around, and they pull out a real-life dog from stasis and sacrifice it to the fire. All hell breaks loose between all of you. Fast forward, you clean yourselves up, you get out of that situation. The XO of the ship comes to you and says, what's going on? You all tell him what's going on. He says, fine, prove it to me. You take him to the cargo ship, or to the cargo container. Turns out the video apparently has been doctored. Everything's mostly been cleaned up, but through some investigation, you find some blood spatter. And even though the cargo containers have been renamed expertly, you find the sacrifices. And you hatch a plan, you very, very upstanding individuals, that if they have a bunch of animals here, turns out one medium-sized dog is worth about 200,000 credits. So the plan is starting to be, wait a minute, we could steal their sacrifices. It's kind of like a moral high ground type thing, and we could sell them. Maybe we could sell them at Campus Station, or, which is the next stop you guys are going on, or maybe get out of Campus Station, get somewhere else. We're not really sure, but we could be rich. So that's kind of like where you are. In the game, you have about a little bit less than a week before you must go into cryo. So you can chill out until that week is up, doing whatever you want, and then cryo it up. But there's going to be a jump, a pretty large jump. I want to say it's a jump 4. So you don't want to be awake for that. During this time, you can say, okay, I'm going to rest. I'm going to do a shore leave. I'll allow that because you have nice rooms, it's quiet, etc., etc., etc. Or you can be doing stuff. Regardless, we're going to nail this down to pretty much one action if you want to stay awake. Okay? So it'll be sort of like a mini scene, but each of you can have an action. Or you can act together. So think about it, and let's start.
I'd like to do those TPS reports for Dwayne to get me on a terminal, and use that time to kind of become an ally or to talk to Ian and see what needs to be fixed around the ship and discuss some things with Ian.
When you say Dwayne, do you mean Dane?
Was it Dane or Dwayne? Are they two different people or just one person? Did I make that
You're talking about Lieutenant Rourke?
Or no, the security guy, Dwayne, who I told him while we were in trouble, to ingratiate him that I would do some TPS reports about the scene.
Oh, no. That guy. That dude is just a security officer. He is just a security guy.
Yeah, but I'm thorough, so I want to make sure that the procedure was correctly followed, that all the I's are dotted and the T's are correctly in there.
Yeah, let me make sure I have him down. He does exist. Yeah, he was a rando character.
Yeah.
Hold on, let me get him.
But it's just for Dwayne, but it's in the guise of just talking to Ian about because I had a conversation with Kranich about maybe going over systems.
Yeah, so he is the second lieutenant on the Nova Espero. He's not in charge of security, although he might eventually become, since his superior, the lieutenant, is out of commission. That's so ridiculous what I've done. Oh my god. This is what I get for allowing you to roll up random NPCs. So, his name is Second Lieutenant Dwayne Johnson.
The Rock?
Very nice.
He's the Rock is the second lieutenant on your fucking hell. I hate you.
That's definitely canon now.
I blame you. All right, let me put him in there really quick. Lord.
But yeah, no. So basically, I want to see if Ian has any engineering tasks for me to help out with, just little things that are bugging him, and to go through the ship and make sure that Ian's resources don't get turned off.
Now, when you say Ian is in cryo, is he not?
No, Ian is the RI.
Oh, right. Jesus Christ.
Sorry.
Of course. You literally.
I thought the RI was chatbot.
Yeah, it's chatbot. Yeah, you literally pick the most esoteric, literally, like, yeah, that guy, and his first name, that guy, Sam. Like, fucking Sam.
Yeah, chatbot.
Great hate. Yeah. Yes, you could talk to chatbot. And what do you want to do with him?
Just to
what do you want to
give
do
me a list of things that need to be done around the ship make myself a little indispensable, and so the captain sees that I've done a lot of work to get familiar with all the systems, so I can know if when we do the heist, kind of the best track to do it. That's kind of in the background, but yeah.
Yeah. Okay, so you'll start to do that sort of thing. We're probably going to give you a kind of roll just to see how far you get. Yeah. But we'll get to that. And remind me of that roll before we go too far, okay?
Sure.
In fact, that goes for everybody. If I kind of if we have a moment where I'm like, okay, cool, you're setting it up, I have a penchant for kind of moving us forward and maybe forgetting that. So just remind me of it. That way we don't lose you in the mix. We'll go on, I should say, to Jackson. How about yourself in the next week?
Well, I failed my sanity save for the shore leave thing, so I'm not going to convert anything. But I think what he's going to do is he's just going to hang out and watch heist movies, maybe read some old Western novels or something, and just de-stress.
Cool.
So how many days do we get? Because you can roll once per day.
Oh yeah, you have 6 days. It's just under a week.
Okay.
And we'll say,
I'll go ahead and make those rolls and see if I can.
If you want, since it's the first time, here's a question: is anyone else going to do this? Going to rest?
I was thinking about it. We've got to do something to get the heist on, before we jump. But I was thinking I was probably going to do some rest.
Okay. The reason I'm saying is, if you're going to do any rest, you can all kind of do it at the same time, and Miller can walk you through it, since we've not done it yet. So if you're going to do it, John, is Arthur going to rest at all?
Well, I wanted to, in the week, in character, I want to plant a bomb on the engines of the ship, just in case shit hits the fan. But out of character, I wanted to see how this experience system works, so it's possible to do both. If not, I'll just do the experience.
You can do both. It's just going to be, the action is, part of your action is going to be bomb setting, part of your action is going to be rest. I will say you have to do the bomb setting first.
Yeah. Okay.
right?
Yeah.
So we'll deal with the bomb setting. Then we'll deal with rest. So Miller, go ahead and do your thing, and then we'll get to them. Mark Zero, I am learning your names.
Yeah. Yes.
What's the action you want to take?
So we've got to get some way. We've got to get the we've got to get Chatbot to realize that the sacrifices have to be offloaded at the next stop, right? So I guess I would be helping Glenn, because Glenn, I mean, I'm good with computers, but I'm not that good with computers. So whenever Glenn goes to do the actual heist thing, I was going to help. Other than that, I'm just going to chill out, rest, de-stress from my high levels of stress, which we'll probably be watching some of the heist movies with Jackson, working out, terrorizing and maybe bullying Billy a little bit here and there.
So basically, you're popping around to every possible place you possibly can be involved in.
Oh, no. I'm just that's how he de-stresses. So we don't need to roll for anything like that.
Flying the plane. No, it's cool. I love it. So basically, you're sort of social butterflying around, walking the cargo bay stuff, and also, moving.
Cargo bay.
Yeah, the cargo bay. Okay, cool. That's actually pretty nice, because what we can do is follow Mark Zero's journey. If this was like an episode of The Expanse, it would kind of start with you moving from person to person, and you're kind of seeing what's going on with that. So that's actually pretty cool.
Very nice.
So the first place that you're going to pop into will be Jackson's, and this will have to do with the rest. So Jackson, can you explain to us, how does that work, that sort of rest gain XP action?
Oh, yeah, the mechanics. It's on page 20. Relieving stress is fairly easy. You make a rest save using your worst save.
Yeah.
If you succeed, you reduce your stress by the ones digit that you rolled. So if your worst save is a 30, you roll a 24, that's a success, and that 4 is how many you'll take off. You can also gain advantage by participating in consensual sex, recreational drug use, night of heavy drinking, prayer, or any other suitable leisure activity. I think watching heist movies would fit. Yeah, it doesn't reduce during cryosleep either.
Okay.
Especially if you spend 10 years as a tent flapping on the side of a mountain.
Right.
Indeed. And then how?
Yeah,
what's the mechanic for reducing stress then?
So you make a save using your worst save.
Yep. And that's
you can get
every day you have.
Yeah, it's once a day, I think. It doesn't even really say.
Right.
It says by resting. And I think resting is defined as once per.
Yeah. So what we can do there is, you guys have 6 days. When I wanted to kind of like slip through this, but I kind of like the idea of us taking it a little bit day by day. This is day 1. Do you rest or not?
Yes.
Yeah.
Say yes or no.
No.
Okay. All right. So both of you who've rolled, or if you haven't rolled, Mark Zero, go ahead and roll.
Okay, and that's a D100. Trying to get under my save, my worst save. Oh my god. This is not going to work. Yeah. I gain a stress.
Yep. Now, Miller, how do you convert that into XP?
Oh, that's shore leave. That's a different thing. And it depends on quite a few different things. Let me find that again.
Yep.
39, page 39. Okay, so you have to pay the cost. There's a cost listed for each port class.
Mm-hmm.
And so you have to pay that much money. And then you make a sanity save. And if you make that sanity save, then you can convert some of that stress into saves to add to your saves. And the amount of stress converted depends on what type of port you're on.
Yeah, so what we're going to say, I don't know if you guys even have enough money for this, honestly, but what we'll say is that this ship, because it's a pretty nice ship, and I, said what I'd said before, we're going to call it a kind of port. I'm thinking port class C is what I'm going to go for. And I could have sworn that I had that open.
It's 2d10 times 100 credits, 1d5 stress converted.
Oh
yeah.
Sorry, I just caught this. I missed it the first time. If you fail your sanity save for your shore leave, you don't convert any stress, but you relieve all of your stress. Setting
okay.
minimum, but then you gain 1 stress for failing your sanity save.
Right, of course.
So it's
so yeah, we'll call it. We'll call it a class C. So you actually, some of you could potentially pay for it, and the idea would be in your rooms. There's like a bed that gyrates or something, and like has some ASMR or some bullshit or whatever. So it's that idea of like lotion, but some of it's dried. It's like powder because it hasn't been used in forever. So you can do a shore leave if you want with these days. I think shore leave has the intention that it's not 1 day. Let's see. And it's one of those things where it could reduce. Let's see, convert stress into saves. So you can convert your stress into saves. And then let's say, how long does shore leave? Characters need something between a long weekend or a 2-week vacation. Right. So you technically have the time for it. If you want, since I gave you 6 days, long weekend we'll call it 4 days. So if you want to do a shore leave, you use up 4 of the days, and that still gives you 2 days for an action. In the event you don't want to do the shore leave, and basically you're Ken, then what I'll do is I'll give you advantage on the roll. Like whatever ridiculous rolls you have, you'll have advantage on them, since you have more time to deal with them. No offense, Ken. I just know you. All right. So
then, since we had said we were basically going to follow me meeting everybody, then we'll do that long weekend shore leave, me and Jackson, and then like you were talking about watching the movies.
And days, we'll go through.
I'll go help the other 2. Yeah.
All right. So are you 2 going to do the shore leave?
Yeah.
Arthur, you
got a bunch of booze in my cabin anyway. I'll share that out liberally.
If the shore leave is has to be 4 days or more, then yeah, I'll try and do my plan in 2 days, and then the rest of it just de-stressing.
Okay.
Yeah.
And then Glenn Space. What about you? Are you shore leaving, or are you staying up?
I'm gonna stay up. I'm making myself indispensable, baby.
I knew it. All right. I just it's boop. I got it. There's anyway. I love it. Yeah. Okay. So you guys do your rolls. If you have any questions, ask. And I would love to know what you roll, because that's kind of the fun part too.
You said advantage on the thing?
Well, we're gonna get to you in a second
Okay.
because that's like literally a scene that's gonna matter.
Okay.
Not that these shore leaves don't, but this is gonna change shit.
Yeah.
What'd you get?
I rolled a 21.
Oh
My sanity is a 27. I ran.
no! All right. So you made the sanity save. Convert some of the stress into improved sage. Each port converts different, so pay your credits, and you need a 1d5, so roll a d10. So 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6.
Oh, 10.
Oh shit! So 5 stress goes into XP. Nice.
And so I can put that directly into a save, right?
I think you put it any saves you want, so you can divide it up
However you want.
We're gonna change that 27 sanity save.
Yeah, that's nice. Nice. Well done. So as we'll just I like that. Why don't you guys describe a little bit your time, as some of you benefit and some of you don't. Jackson, you're sitting there watching heist movies. You see Mark Zero come in. He gets a lot more out of it than you do.
Yeah, I think I rolled an 81 on my sanity save, so I didn't.
Maybe he's one of those guys that like talks during movies. And like you're in this heist movie, and he's like telling
I'm
you.
super excited about like we could do that, and it's the most ridiculous thing. Like every single thing they do, it's like, oh, we could do it like that, and it's just annoying.
He just won't shut up. And then like the movie ends and he gets up and leaves. You're like,
I do leave the bottle there.
Yeah, that's all fair then.
he leaves the añejo. As excuse me, I have the death. As you walk out, we'll walk down the corridor. You might see Mark Zero just off in the maybe down a corridor this way, one of the hallways. Your buddy, your engineer buddy, whose name is Glenn Space, working on one of the panels, just doing some normal maintenance, as you guys kind of have a moment to talk.
Hey there.
What do you want?
You want to? I got an airplane bottle of what is this? Oh, razzmatazz. You want it?
I'm working.
I'll make it better.
This is hard. I need all my
I
facilities.
promise, man. Have you ever had razzmatazz while you're working on industrial equipment? Man, it just makes it work so much better.
If I don't tighten this every screw bolt down, this ship's gonna just fly apart.
Well, then I'll just leave this with you anyway. I'll put it in like one of his.
You see the chatbot, like say it has like a little emoji of like sigh, and say, he's so dramatic. Speaking of Glenn Space, as your compatriot is standing there, what are you trying to do with chatbot right now?
I'm probably under a terminal, and I would say it's really banal stuff. So I'm just under a terminal. I bet that Mark Zero just sees my feet and just recognizes me by my shoes. I'm in like a little tiny Jeffries tube, and I'm way deep up in it. And he's like, yeah, there's like some wire that's not connecting. Just really meticulous little detail of something they've been meaning to do. Maybe not. It's like a tertiary system that is, on the fritz. Maybe not a major system, but just wear and tear over time. Stuff collects.
Mm-hmm.
Problems.
When you say banal, do you mean it is both benign and banal?
I said benign. I meant to say benign.
You did benign.
Banal.
I thought you made a Shakespeare word, and I was like, that's perfect.
Yeah, but no, yeah, I think that works as well.
Indeed, as you're tooling up some stuff. You don't need a roll for this, as you have time, and this will kind of will be included in why you potentially get an advantage roll, depending on what you're doing later. As you're tightening stuff up and actually working with the chatbot, you can see that it doesn't speak. It has like big emojis for its emotions, and then just kind of talks to you, and it's very reaffirming, as ChatGPT is. At the same time, it's got, as you work with it, this kind of sarcasm to it, like a little bit of the existential crisis. So every so often it'll be like, as you like finish up your work and Mark Zero leaves, and you're like, all right, that's fine, finally we got this done. It says, until next time.
Yeah.
Just shit like that.
Yeah, nice. And part of what I'm doing is I'm rerouting it, the RI chatbot into the tertiary system, so it's harder for them to cut them out of primary systems. I'm really trying to ingratiate myself with the chatbot.
You're definitely able to ingratiate yourself with it because you're actually spending time with it and treating it like, treating it okay. You're not, from here, you're not able to isolate it.
Yeah, I'm not trying to isolate it. I'm not trying to do anything. I'm just trying to ingratiate and do kind of what the captain said. Just make sure everything is good for the jump.
That's what you're doing. As Mark Zero, you're moving around and you come across where are you, Arthur?
So, with the jury-rigged explosives that I made in the last session, the plan is...
walk across around the bend, you see a bomb.
So the plan is, I want to try and attach it to something where if it's plugged in, it overrides it, powers it up to the point where it just overheats and explodes. So like every mainframe computer or whatever will have a massive battery to it, which turns it into a bomb. So for me, the best way I think is to cling on to Glenn as he's ingratiating himself in with the crew and the engineering and chatbot, and I'm in the background just observing, going, oh yeah, he's the best man for it. Glenn, he's fantastic. I've known him for months. He's brilliant. Whatever Glenn says, yeah, that's great. And I'll just be my quiet, grumpy self, help Glenn wherever I can, and then just get an idea of where's the best place to put it. Because if Glenn's focusing all of the attention from the RI, I'll make things a little bit easier for me. But I need to have people see me do something, so that if this cult, the plan is if the cult takes over, I can bring out the trigger and say, hold on, if you do that, I'm going to kill all of us, so best regard. And have you seen Peaky Blinders, the TV series?
I love the idea here. Hold on. Let's keep it in game, because everything you just said should be said in game to these players.
Oh yeah, that's
a plan. That's
what I'm saying to people. That I'm with Glenn, and with people see what I'm doing, I'm just following Glenn. I've known him for months. He's the best person at the job. Blah blah blah. But all the while, I'm looking around. But as a point of reference, Peaky Blinders has the same plot device. I need someone to see me doing something, so that later on down the line, when people try and call my bluff, I can say, well, so and so we put this in this area. That person says yes.
Yeah, I get it.
Yeah, but I'm just a cling on for Glenn. I'm Glenn's quiet partner, unless
you gotta bring me flowers first, buddy.
So
yeah, I'll do the coffees, the flowers, all that sort of thing.
So if you guys want to have a little bit of a scene, is most of you are actually around. The only person that's sort of on shore leave is actually Jackson. You guys have already done your 4 days. If you want to be walking around, it's up to you. So you could be walking with Mark Zero as you guys are in this sort of corridor off to the side. There's no one else around. Chatbot is running some diagnostics that Glenn Glenn Space has had him do. You can tell it's like triple redundancy about the entire system, and he's like worrying, and the screen's going nuts and whatnot. You see his RAM. It's like he's an RI, so he has a ridiculous amount of RAM and that kind of thing. He can do lots and lots of things. Okay, think of a kind of Cortana from Halo is what these things are, except they have heavy governors on them. But he's as distracted as he can become. Okay, yeah, and you guys are kind of like in a little heist corner. Go.
Hey, so
Day 5, by the way.
we decided how we're going to get these dogs off of here. Are we able to just change the logs and get those containers put in our names, or are we just going to have to snatch them at port?
Yeah, let's just slap on a sticker over the sticker they have. I think that'll work. Put our own UPC codes on there. I mean, these Dark Mother people, they're not the sharpest sticks in the moat.
But the RI is smart. So is a sticker going to trick an RI into thinking that that's the genuine sticker?
Well, if we just transpose the shipping labels, I mean, what's one label versus the other label?
We can do that in the computer, right?
Yeah, why not? I'm not a computer guy.
Oh, well.
So is there any hardware that we need to actually get into? Like,
Yeah, hardware's my thing.
Yeah, so like just any high power battery controlled battery dependent hardware. Is there anything like that around here that you need? Because I'm more than happy to do what I can. I'm not really an engineer, but I'll help where I can, just point in the direction of the hardware. It's a large battery.
I don't know. Hopefully it's just it all just happens really peaceful, like like we're not fighting our way out. We just walk out like nothing happened.
Oh yeah.
Let's go.
Well,
Maybe ingratiate yourself to some of these Dark Mother people as well. It's like every time they walk by, just say, make the Dark Mother keep a watchful eye on you, and like, I don't know.
I think Jackson's Jackson's already ingratiated himself with the Dark Mother. So
he's in deep, you know what I'm saying?
Oh yeah, but so let's at least do this. Let's get to the cargo bay and at least pull all of the crates that we know have the dogs in them, put them in a different pile, and then we can work on getting our names on them so that they come off the ship with us.
What I was thinking about was waking up before everybody else does and doing that on the other end of the ship, because anything can happen between here and there, and maybe switching everything out after the jump and not before the jump, because
are we going to have time though afterwards? Because normally it's a case of we wake up and then we have to get off.
After
I would rather
do it now and then we check after. So do all the hard work now and then do all the checks to make sure that nothing's been rewritten or defaulted afterwards.
We got like 2 weeks after the jump on this ship. That's how jumps work.
I don't know.
I'm correct about that. It's like a couple of weeks after you jump, you kind of wake up. Is that not correct, Arbiter?
Well, after a jump, hopefully you wake up out of cryo.
Yeah.
That is usually the goal.
But I mean,
I think he was asking, is there
to get to the station?
Is there a 2-week downtime to get to the station after we jump? Is there downtime, or do we basically jump and then like, hey, we're there?
Oh, so the way it'll work is, sorry, the way it'll work is, you guys are currently on a full burn to the jump site, and you're gaining speed. That's why you have gravity. And then there's going to be a point where the full burn stops, and you coast a good ways to the jump site. Then you jump, pop out of the jump, you'll coast, and then flip a bitch and decelerate. You'll gain gravity again until you get to the station. So think of it like in Evel Knievel, like motorcycle jump. Like you're on a ramp, this is burning, and then you're in the Gulf where you're literally floating, boop, you jump, you're floating, and then you decelerate. Does it make sense?
What period of time are we in cryo sleep though for that? What I'm thinking is, when we wake up from cryo, have we already done the jumping and the decelerating and so forth? Yeah. And then we just
the cryo. So that's entirely up to you. You're in cryo through the entire jump.
Okay.
Because you're in like slip space, weird space. Unless you accidentally wake up. Ken's like, oh no. But you can set your cryo to wake up after you're decelerated, and that way you can just, we're at the station, that's fine. Or you can wake up when the deceleration starts. Basically, I'm sorry, you can wake up once the jump is over. That's it. You just have to be in cryo for the jump. Now, if you're in long-term storage, you go down and you don't wake up until they wake you up.
Right. So everybody else is going to be in that long term, except for us, the crew, and
20 some odd AOS colonists. Assuming they don't, once you go to cryo, wake up a bunch of their guys.
All I'm saying is
there's also
we got time on the other side. If they do something weird with that stuff now, they'll know something's up. So we do it on the other side of the jump. We just wake up first, figure it out then.
Yeah. I mean, if you think that's the best idea, I'm not a big fan of stacking boxes with cryo sickness, but
heard. I don't have any cryo beer this time either.
I'm all for getting the work done now.
I'm gunning. Let's get the work done now.
There's also the element
check?
that you can take into account, those of you that have 0G, that once the burn is over with, you guys will be in 0G until you make the jump. And then after the jump, you'll be in 0G until the deceleration. Meaning it'll
be easier to move the crates in 0G than not.
Usually it is. If you know how to do it, it is. If you don't know how to do it, then, physics work different than you would expect.
I know how to do it.
Well, we know how to do it. So, Glenn, can we just have a chatbot? Actually, I'm going to ask you, Will. I do have computers as a skill. Can I just log in and access the manifest and just, can I access it?
No.
At all? Right? Okay.
Not from here.
I'd have to.
This is just a dummy terminal. Though Glenn has gotten a little bit into the computer, so he could potentially find you a terminal that you do have access, but you don't have any credentials other than, your passenger credentials.
Right, and I would have to have hacking, not just computers, to be able to take that.
Well, you can try to hack, yeah.
Okay.
But if you're looking for credentials, there's a guy holed up in Medbay that I think has some pretty juicy ones.
Oh, Jackson, I think you got it. Let's do that. Let's go find that.
I can get you to a terminal.
We need to get the key card, get to the terminal, keep chatbot occupied, try to change the stuff into our name, and that way we can just relax. Everything will be fine, right? They'll get offloaded on the next station. We won't have to do anything. It'll just be automated.
Well, if they try to do another sacrifice on the other side, like they did this time, like I feel like they would notice. That's why I'm just saying do it later.
Well, that's why if it's in the computer, we'll leave. Okay. Yeah. If they have access to it too, though, then they can just open one. Why is fucking hell?
Yeah, that's computers, man.
No, somebody's trying to call me. If we both have access to it, they can pull out another dog, sacrifice it. They won't know what's going on. We get to the thing. The rest of them get offloaded instead.
Yeah, but that's 200,000 credits. Like, that's a lot. We don't want to let them sacrifice anymore.
They're going to sacrifice it anyway.
And we just wake up early, right? Like whatever time they're set to wake up for, make sure we're up at that time. And we stake out the cargo bay. Don't let them in there. Don't let them do it.
I think I can get the RI to wake me up or wake us up. As soon as there's zero G, once we're on the other side of the burn, wake up early. Because I'll do it under the guise of, hey, I got to fix the ship. We've been in cryo. Who knows what, bit of mechanical issue there is. So I don't know. It's just a thought.
Yeah, sounds good to me.
All right. So then, just to rehash, make sure I got this down right. We're gonna get the credentials, go into the computer, change the things. We're gonna wake up and we're gonna defend the cargo bay from the cultists the entire 2 weeks until we get to the station, which we'll be able to do. I mean, come on, I don't think there's any fighters among them.
I don't want to fight those guys.
Yeah. I don't want to fight either. We'll just tell them that they left some kind of tracks, and the crew of the ship is on to them doing that. And if they do it again, then they're going to boot everybody at this next port.
Oh, that's some good subterfuge. Yeah, I think
That's a good idea.
Work. You got to really ingratiate yourself with that one lady. Who was that one you hooked up with?
Helen?
Yeah, I don't know. She was covered in blood.
Ingratiate yourself, buddy.
Yeah, no problem. Should not be a problem to convince her.
All right.
Should we tell Ivy about this?
No. No, she's already confiscated half of my weapons. Leave her out of it. I mean, she'll get paid. She's with us, but yeah. Easier to ask forgiveness kind of situation, right?
Sure. All right. As you guys are conspiring in the corner, we'll say you notice that the chatbot is slowing down as it says, "Holy smokes, that took a while." As you see some of the lights in the corridor flicker.
Oh, cool. What's next?
What's going on, chatbot?
It just says, "Nothing, just running subroutines." As you see, again, the corridor flicker a little bit.
Cool.
I'll see if there's some...
And,
Yep.
Action's on you guys. What you doing? You got 2 days till the jump.
I'm gonna walk right up to the med bay and just see if I can walk in, take his key card, and leave.
I love it. As you go into the med bay, let's find out if Dr. Adams is asleep or not. That will determine a lot of difficulty here.
Yes.
So, as I despise rolling, we'll say, Glenn Space, we roll me a D10, and before you announce it, mark 0, high or low.
High.
It is high.
Right. As you walk in, you see Dr. Adams is not there. Yeah, you don't see him anywhere. The med bay, the lights are low. You'll see the lieutenant. He's actually in. He'll be in a medical stasis chamber that's like stitching him up and like monitoring. But as you have computers, you can see that stasis chamber will put him into cryo automatically once he's healed up or before the jump. The old dude just was like, he set it up and walked away. As I like the idea, if there's even something, as you're kind of sitting there looking at it in the pit of your stomach, that, I mean, technically the doctor did his duty, but he walked away. That's like leaving the burner on.
Yeah, so I will. I'll kind of like log in to that, or just turn on the terminal or whatever, and see if I can't get it to like give me access to his personal effects. Because I mean, he's getting restitched. He probably has like a like a jail box or something.
Just the terminal. You're talking about on the stasis chamber.
Yeah, I mean, where are his personal effects, right? Like he's in a medical thing. He's probably wearing like a medical jumpsuit or whatever. Like,
yeah. So where's his bullshit? Good question. Yeah. As you look around, this room, it looks like a little bread oven of a med bay. It's very Spartan. Everything, all the space is used very well. Think Star Trek. There's lots of little drawers where you can press them and they come out, and et cetera, et cetera. And there's the other things that I said before, medical equipment and a few beds. But nothing is nailed down, right? Everything is tucked away. Nothing is just like laying on out in the open, because in free space, that's really, really, really dangerous. So
sure.
If you sort of look around, you don't see where his stuff is. On the terminal itself, it's a stasis pod terminal, so it's all about his vitals. You do note immediately, while you can check his vitals, it's all read only. Like, you can't do anything unless you have the credentials to do it.
Okay. So then I will. I don't know. Like, I'll check the bottom of the pod or the bed or whatever, see if there's any drawers that are attached to this.
Yeah.
Just search around looking, because like this is what I need.
Yeah.
So, and there's nobody else in here. I'll search until I find it.
Yep, I love it. Do you have any skills that apply to this, like searching, investigation?
Rim-wise.
Yeah. As you're looking around, it doesn't take you too terribly long. You know how ships are made and where people would put shit. As you open up, they're not locked, and you see his personal effects. His uniform and bits and pieces. Now, here's the question: do you find the key card? Would the doctor have just thrown the key card in an unlocked compartment? Let's find out. Arthur, roll me a D100. Not a D100. Arthur, roll me a D10. Mark 0, call high or low.
High.
Yep, high. 6.
In an odd way, the whole call high or low thing is the best chances you guys really get in this game. So that's actually the best outcome you could possibly imagine. Yeah, I love it. as you find his bullshit. His little key card, code cylinder thing. You even see his what kind of weapon does he have? Oh, because his weapon would be in there. Let me look. Dwayne Johnson. No, that's not him.
Oh no, the Rock's not dead yet. Okay.
Yeah, it's not the Rock. Where are you? Just a moment, and I'll tell you some shit.
Lieutenant
Rourke. Where's your weapon? Wow. Okay. Huh. Well, that's.
What are you giving me?
Oh no. Yeah, he's got a hollow pistol. Wow. Okay. And for some reason, he's not in the thing either. Oh, the thing that I gave Ken. Head security. Sorry, guys. Of an E. Yeah, I'll put his stuff in there later, Ken. Yeah, he's got a hollow pistol. You see, he's got a stem kit. Stem pack, and a thump gun. So the thump guns you've seen before. It's just the same little wand, that boops people. But he's got a hollow pistol. Yeah. So a hollow pistol, this is something out of Into Space or, Dreadlord Curse stuff. It is, imagine just the handle and the trigger of a pistol, of like just a small holdout. And it has a power cell. And when you turn it on, hard light, so hello, science fiction, makes a gun. And so you're shooting at short range, hard light. And the reason for this, so it can be lethal at like point blank. It just injures at like a close distance. And then beyond that, it dissipates. The reason for this is it does not breach hulls. So people will have these so that you don't shoot through the walls by accident.
Nope.
I totally fun out of the game.
What'd you say?
I said you just took all the fun out of the game.
Yeah. Yeah.
So he's got a thumbstick.
Yep, and he's got a hollow pistol.
Thumbstick, hollow pistol, key card. I have a stem pack, but you know what? We'll take this thing too. He's probably going to be here. He's going to stay in cryo the whole time. He's not going to miss it. At least not until we're gone. He's probably got, some sort of luck charm. I'll leave that for him. But yeah, I've got the rest of that stuff. I close the drawer up, walk right out.
Yep. We'll say that took, not a long time, but you were in there for a pretty good amount of time. Meanwhile, what is everybody else doing? This is day 1, or I should say day 5. We're going to sort of move through the day, so because I want to get on that one action type thing.
Yeah.
If possible, within the 4 days, whilst pretending to be Glenn's lackey, find a good location to attach this bomb.
Now, I thought that you were resting for those 4 days.
No, I was with.
Oh, so you were just staying up the whole time?
I was with Glenn. Because Glenn, from day 1, he was ingratiating, and I've latched on to him from day 1.
Sure.
With the hope of getting that done in a couple of days and then resting, but if it takes longer, then so be it.
Okay. So, Yell, in going back a little bit in time, your goal is to, correct me if I'm wrong, is to set up sort of overload power packs in key points on the ship.
Yeah, like just anywhere where there's a massive power point, really.
So, in the places that you guys are able to go, that you're authorized to go, it's pretty much just the middle of the ship. unless you want to get down into the engineering itself. So in the middle of the ship, where the cargo is, where all the cryopods are, all that, you can absolutely gain access to it with Glen space. If you guys go down to where the reactor is, you can do it there as well. As of yet, no one has access to the head of the ship, the command module.
Yeah.
But I mean, you would mess up the ship if you had a bunch of explosions. In fact, we'll say as you're sort of laying some of these dirty bombs, or electric bombs, you know, you could blow the ship up. Like, likely you guys would just all die. Depending on how much damage you're looking for one of these things to do. Like if it blows up enough to rupture the hull, you know, the ship explodes out this way, spins in a flight spin off that way, and you may not regain control. So
yeah,
it kind of depends on what you're trying to do.
I'm thinking maybe because really it's a contingency. So if the cult tries to take over, we've got that as backup. But also,
instead of out of game telling me, because
no, this is me thinking out loud rather than so. Having a look, which is the easiest point? Because I'll be spending a lot of time in the cargo bay. So if I can set up the bomb so it blows up the doors so that everything gets jettisoned, or the reactor, which is for my limited knowledge, as I'm going around where Glenn takes us, that sort of thing.
I'll look at you and I'll say, I'm not a big fan of putting bombs on the ship that I'm literally on. That's
well,
I don't. Why you're doing this? I don't know. I mean, I guess there's a situation where this is maybe helpful, but I don't know. It just makes me feel uncomfortable. Like we're all gonna die.
No, I'm not.
It sounds to me like you might gain a point of stress if you're not careful.
No, I'm not. I'm not.
I feel like,
Glenn, I'm not.
I feel like I take a point of stress as I see him putting bombs. I'm like, yeah, you could put a bomb maybe in this area, but this kind of stresses me out, man.
No, think of it like this. I'm not placing bombs. These are just devices. What I'm doing is I'm placing contingencies for the safety of the group. How well do you trust this cult?
I don't. They tried to rape me. That was not cool.
They have commissioned this entire ship. They've commissioned this entire ship. They have it rigged so that they can set a bonfire, have a bloodbath, and then within an hour have it all cleaned up, and so that not even the AI is conscious of that. So at the moment, we're in a battle zone where we could be taken out at any point.
Well, just make sure you know what you're doing. That really that's just crazy to me. Like I don't.
That's fine.
I fix things. I don't blow them up.
Yeah.
I'll take a point of stress.
I'm placing contingencies.
That's fine.
All right. I love that entire scene as you guys are off, maybe near the reactor as you're talking about it. So, Arthur, let's define something.
Okay.
How big are these bombs, and how powerful are they?
That's entirely up to you, because I rolled really well, but it was all jury rigged parts from shops and so forth. So the level of power is entirely up to you.
Okay, so what they're going to be, each one of the bombs is about as powerful as a frag grenade. Okay, that's just an easy way of putting it. Just so that I'm not screwing myself utterly. Frag grenades. Will someone look up and see how powerful they are? Like, oh, it'll explode a station. Oh shit. So put down.
Frag grenades does 3d10 damage.
Okay, so they're powerful. This will kill a man. Each one of these things. And how many do you have?
I think I had 6 of them.
Okay, you got 6 of these things. So you got some. How offensive shall I be? You got some serious mojo going on.
Yeah.
Now, you're putting them at locations. I mean, anywhere these things go off, it's going to cause the ship damage. If you put it near a power coupling, it will do obvious damage, shut off the power to that section of the ship. If it's near the hull, then it could breach the hull. So how are you wanting to do this? What's the effect you're wanting if you detonate these things? And do they all detonate at once? Do you have like 1, 2, 3, 4? Like, what level of sophistication are you going for here?
I'll have one trigger button and it'll be in short sequence.
Okay.
The way that in my head, the way I've designed them is that by themselves, they don't do any damage. They are, you link them to a much bigger power source and it overcharges them, and then that ruptures that system, and then that causes the massive explosion. So by themselves, I couldn't throw them at someone and it'll do 3d10. It'll just bounce off them because it's like the ignition to a power couplet or something like that.
Okay. So then go on.
So to me, I'm looking for places where I can be seen doing it.
I get it. So this is how we're going to do it.
Yeah.
The bombs themselves they're not actually going to blow up and deal 3d10 damage.
No.
If you attach them to something that is a power source that could explode, it does 3d10 damage.
Yeah,
so it's
that's
enough,
thing. Yeah.
It's enough to damage like a big system, but like if you put it on like a nuke, it's actually not going to set off the nuke. It's not enough to do it. Okay? So 3d10 is the idea. So yeah, you put these in a couple places in the crew. I'm sorry, not the crew. The cargo. You have maybe one up where you guys eat. Just designate on the ship. You got a map. Where do you want these bombs? According to the places that you can actually go. So you cannot get past, let's see, what is it, 7? Like you could technically get, because I think, what's your name? Glenn Space. Did you get to Section 7 to life support?
Let's see. I
think you did.
I'm unclear. I did get permission from the captain to work around the ship. So whatever, if there were additional credentials for that, he said engineering.
You couldn't get to the command module, which is at the very head of the ship.
Yeah, I don't think I can get to the beginning, but if it has to do with engineering and stuff like that,
I mean, honestly, you guys as I'm looking at this thing, you guys pretty much have the run of the ship, save for the command module. This is a really strange layout. I would have never done this if I had actually made it.
Mm-hmm. I'd put it next to the reactor so it can destroy the things that it'll do a small amount of damage to the components that's actually preventing the reactor from going super. So they're not attached to the reactor itself, but to the safety protocols, because then that will blow up the reactor. Hence,
you got six bombs. You don't have to tell me now. Just mark down on your sheet. Mm-hmm. As for that map, where are those bombs? Okay.
Okay.
And then we'll all find out if you blow it up.
Yeah.
I love it.
No problem.
The only place you don't have access to is number 10, and I'll say that it is more difficult to do this surreptitiously in critical systems. So like the life support system in number 7, the reactor number 6, it's more difficult to do it there, but we'll give you a roll to do it, to just sort of skirt under.
Yeah.
Okay. Awesome. That's all happening. It's all in the past. We'll go ahead and give you the roll, and we'll say that Glenn is giving you advantage since he's tying up the RI.
Yeah, no problem.
And while he's doing that, I just wanted to say that TrueZen 420 said that modern warfare is already obsessed with drones, and
I love it.
That we need to have more drones
In space.
in space.
That's fair. I imagine if you guys are ever planet side, it's just going to be awful. I mean, you get synth armies and, Terminator 2 style warfare.
So when I'm making the rolls, I'm guessing it's explosives. And then what do I add to explosive? Is it intellect? I'm guessing.
I think intellect makes sense.
Yep.
Speed would be good if you're trying to be really, really surreptitious. But the thing is, you got an RI there, so really, it's not like it looks away. So I think intellect is a really good one.
Yeah. I'm doing it for
combat too. You're in combat, you're doing something. You can make a lot of.
No, I'll go with intellect. It's not my highest, but it makes sense. I don't want to. This is at some point during 4 days of doing the same thing over and over and over again. So I rolled twice and picked the highest one, or picked the best one. Right. So on the second roll, I got well under my target, so
nice
success. It wasn't double figures. I got 37.
Cool. Awesome. Yeah, as you were capable, and there's a point, day 3 or 4, that you look over at Glenn's space and kind of give him a nod. And now we jump to the present. As we're pretty much through day 5, Glenn, you haven't really taken an action at this point. What is sort of your action from now until you guys need to jump?
I am gonna go to my drone. Speaking of which, and yeah, there's a barcode of my drone stuff. So what I'm gonna try and do is manufacture a barcode kind of thing that says a couple more that we can just like put over there. A reader of whatever designates the cargo. Just manufacture something that would replace.
Like
the
fake
cargo.
barcodes.
Yeah.
I mean, I think that's fine. You're not really under duress, and you have plenty of time to do it.
Yeah.
If you employ the services of someone who has computers or hacking, then this is a no-brainer.
Yeah.
Such as Mark Zero.
I might reach out to Mark and see if he'll help me where I could do the manufacturing part, he could do some programming.
Yeah.
And I'd be like, well, this is in the manifest, and the ship's manifest is mine, so just make these other cargo containers manifested as mine, because it's already in the system. Might make it easier.
Yeah, okay. So I got the key code. I can get into the system now. I just need a terminal. Let's do this.
Yeah, I'll take it.
Glenn, you had, can you find me a terminal to get access to? Oh, I do at some point before I go down. I do want to take a look at the cargo, not the cargo bay, but the hangar bay, just to get an idea. Of those 2 drop ships in there. I just want to visually check it, but that's not right now.
Yeah, we'll get to that in a second. Right, so Glenn Space is asking you to help him create these barcodes, and then you are also trying to get into a terminal, right?
We're trying to get into the terminal to create the barcodes and assign those barcodes to us, so that when we're on the cargo, the crates that we want.
Well, those are 2 different things. So like, he's saying to use, correct me if I'm wrong, he's saying to manufacture them with his drone.
I was
You're talking about changing the manifest.
I was gonna just create these, something you can stick on the thing with some electronics on it that would allow that could be programmed, and maybe it would just cause an error saying, oh, well, it defaults to this guy, it defaults to me. So that's all I'm saying is, like, we just put it on there. It's like a postage stamp. It's going here. Maybe it didn't get put in the system. We don't have to like say it's in the system, so it's outside of the system is maybe better. And so if we're walking out, some security guard will just kind of bullshit them and say, hey, oh, yeah, I guess it just wasn't entered in the system. I mean, computers, man, what do you do?
So you have two options
I
here,
mean-
and straight up, you guys can do both.
Yeah.
Let's do both.
Yeah, but okay.
Let me. So yeah, I'll try, and if it works, then it works, and if it doesn't, then our backup thing says when they go to scan it, they're like, oh well, it defaults to you anyway, so we're good.
Yeah.
But
It's got your name
So
on
the
it.
computer
There's my
should say,
credentials.
hey, we're taking this stuff off.
So just for clarity's sake, you're trying to manufacture some QR codes, basically,
Yeah,
or
QR
barcode,
codes.
and then you're also trying to get into the terminal. Let's deal with this one by one. First step is which containers. For you
There are
guys
a
have
lot of
found
The one.
right. You found one of the containers that has blood spatter. But the question is, which containers are you doing this to? Because remember that cargo bay, it had a whole bunch of rearranged packages, and you only found one that you were like, wait, this is mislabeled, which allowed you to realize that the sacrifices were still there, but you didn't find all of them, right?
Okay.
And you don't know how
then-
many.
That's why I was saying maybe we do it on the other end. I don't know. We search for it on the other end. We're run out of time before the jump, so we might get more
You guys
time.
have a full day right now,
Okay.
but it's
Let me
gonna take-
check let me see what they're labeled as in the manifest first. Let me just look through the manifest, see if I can't say, hey, look, this one. And we have the QR code for the one we know is a dog. We found one and we know that one. So I'm going to pull it up first on the manifest, see what it's labeled as. And if it's labeled as like, I don't know, ice cream, then we just look for the rest of them that are labeled ice cream. And then we go check those physically and
All
see
right.
if they're that way.
Meanwhile,
yeah.
are the other two of you going to be helping out in this in any way? Because as you're starting to talk about it, you realize it's actually kind of a big job. Like there's a lot. There's over 100 people here. There's a lot of cargo.
Yeah, we'll cue them into that.
That was actually my plan for Jackson, was to go to the cargo bay and start going through things. If I can get a hold of a bioscanner from a security closet or something, then I'll take that, and that should help it go faster.
And
Tell me about a bioscanner real quick.
I'll read you the description. Give me a second. Bioscanner, long range, allows the user to scan for signs of life, can tell the location of signs of life, but not what the life is, blocked by some materials at the warden's discretion. So it's basically like in Aliens, the big readout thing they had that was scanning.
How prevalent are those things? Does it say?
No, they cost $3K, so in the grand scheme, it's not that expensive.
So let's do this. Since you guys are sitting there kind of talking, I'm going to say you're all there. Where is there? We'll say that you're in Arthur's room. Okay? You guys have all done what you need to do. At this point, you have right about 30 hours until the next jump. Okay? So a little bit more than a day. Pretty good amount of time. You guys are pretty rested. You've been up for, a couple hours, and you're discussing all this stuff.
All right,
they
so
probably have a med bay, right?
Med bay would be the right place to look.
there's nobody in the med bay. Or at least there wasn't when I was there. So I figure I can get access as long as we can get a terminal. Then we can pull up the manifest, kind of cross-reference with the ones we're looking for with the bio scanner, and then this whole process can maybe go a lot faster. So how do we get a terminal to the Cargo Bay?
Cargo Bay. So you guys are
There's probably a terminal that would even probably be able to read the manifest in the Cargo Bay, right?
Right. You guys are. Well, I'm backtracking a little bit. So you guys are in number 2, which is the crew cryo chamber. To get a level 2 terminal, which is what you need, because you guys are at tertiary terminals, pretty much dummy terminals. So the terminal you need is at least a level 2, and that's going to be in one of the main system places. So like life support, be a little bit higher up on the map. Hangar will not do it. Reactor would do it. Those are pretty much the two places you're going to need to be to have a level 2 terminal.
You said we could do it in the science labs or med bay.
Number 7.
Okay.
Or fuck. Seems like this would be easy. Or number 6. 6 or 7. For certain. Makes sense. You could potentially do it in the science labs or medbay. Yeah, that actually does make sense for a level 2. I'll say you'll know that the security there is a little bit tougher because, I don't know, HIPAA.
Just walking around through there. Yeah, I saw it.
You'd be surprised.
Right. Yeah. All right. So, trying to find some shit. You go and go to the med bay, look for this life scanner thing. Yes. Let's find out if it's there. Your name is Jackson. Call high or low in a second, and Arthur, will you roll me a d10?
Yeah, we'll go with high. That's been working for us. So
Hi.
All right.
Yeah.
As
Hi.
I will say that Jackson and Mark 0, you walk in, open up a little broom closet, boom. It's an organic life scanner thing. It's one of the, the handhelds. Looks like a dirt devil.
I don't know, man. I just found some brooms over here. Oh, you got it.
All right. What are y'all doing?
take that thing over to the cargo bay and start rearranging cargo.
Yeah, I'll probably go to the cargo bay first and start running tertiary systems reports with the RI first.
Okay, the tertiary systems are just going to tell you in general what's in here. It doesn't have access to actually knowing the specifics.
Mm-hmm. That's fine.
It'll tell you like you're 85% full. Yeah, sure. As you're doing that, cool. Meanwhile, Jack,
we have phones, right?
You guys have phones.
Okay.
What about Arthur?
Yeah, I'm with them, just helping them.
Okay, so you guys are manually doing this. And what about Mark Zero? What are you doing?
I will be nearby. Let's see, you said I could do it. I could probably do it in there at number 2. I'll try to see if I can't get access in the science labs of the med bay.
They're at number 5.
Right, and so science labs and med bay are like one section away, which is close. So I'm going to try there first, and if I can find a terminal that I can get access to,
I love it.
And if not, then I'll head to 7.
Okay, as the rest of you are manually searching, we'll say that Arthur is moving the crates. Jackson, you're sitting there scanning them and whatnot. Meanwhile, off to the side in the same room, you have Glenn, who's talking, like playing tic-tac-toe with a chatbot. And in the next module up, we follow Mark 0 as you go back into the med bay. Door closes, normal stuff. You walk over to the terminal, start messing around. Okay. Chatbot appears. You just see his sort of leet speak face, you know, like the parentheticals and the dashes and stuff. That's a face. This hasn't happened before. As you're kind of sitting there messing around.
I didn't.
Nope. This is you're in the cargo.
Oh, I'm sorry.
You're in the cargo. This is the
I thought
med
you were
bay.
talking to me. Wrong.
Nope. As dialogue appears. What are you doing, Mark 0?
I am poking around, making sure everything's right.
This is
Chatbot.
This is the 4th time you've been in the med bay in so many days.
I mean,
feeling all right?
It really sucks. I don't like talking about it, but man, I have shat 3 times today already.
You have not shat 3 times today.
You don't know me. Don't tell anybody.
I keep detailed reports on all the shittings of the crew and passenger manifest. It's a
I will
shitty
enter
job
in a code.
as the lights flicker.
Chatbot, delete my personal biometric data.
I cannot do that.
Right. Okay. I just want to make sure that we weren't hauling. I'm just, and Mark Zeros is kind of like tripping over himself here. It's like, I want to look at the cargo manifest, Chatbot. Get out of my way.
Back in the cargo bay, you guys are hefting things. Arthur and Jackson's helping you down as you find some organic stuff. As you tool around on, all of these are locked. None of them are yours. How are you guys opening up these cargo containers? And they're of different sizes, by the way.
Do we need to open them up if the bioscan checks?
I mean, it says there's
I don't think we do.
It says there's organic life in it.
Yeah.
Now, here's a caveat. If it's in stasis, it doesn't mean that it's necessarily living. It just means it's organic.
Question.
It could be Brussels.
Can we change the setting to biological, like fauna instead of flora?
Jackson?
I don't think we can do that. I think it just does any sign of life. Yeah, let's just take
So
them
it's not
all.
going to read. It's not going to read hamburgers as life. It's going to read a thing as life, like a dog or a person or
You would
a
think.
creature of some sort.
Although what it kind of dawns on you is, 1, the warden's a piece of shit, and 2, that's me, and 2, it's if something is in stasis, would that read as alive? Usually,
Yes.
you'd think so. You'd think
It
so.
would be. It would be because it'd have to have different settings for it to be frozen and yet keep the thing inside it alive.
Right.
If it's frozen inert meat, it wouldn't have to have that extra protocol in it. You just freeze the damn thing, but you're
Right.
freezing it but keeping it alive is a separate, different setting, and hopefully the biometer or whatever it is can detect that nuance as to what's being done to the.
As Arthur, you and Jackson are kind of talking this out.
Yeah.
And Jackson, you can sort of retune this thing to look for those specific parameters. As you start much more efficiently looking through these things, like for things that are in stasis, specifically things that are in stasis. So you realize that you got some false positives. It's pinging things that are more organic or living in the sense that maybe there were microbes or that kind of stuff as you're going over this. At this point, you'll have pulled down... Where's my pencil? Let's see. These two are gone. Excuse me. You'll pull down 2 small containers. They're about yay big. You don't know how many there are. Off to the side, you see the one container that had the dog in it, and you also see the other container that had the girl that everybody forgot in it.
I didn't forget about it.
We didn't forget about her.
Yeah, we did. But that's closed, and she's sort of over there on the side. We'll talk about her in a minute.
I was going to ask a while back, was she alive? I mean, did we let her out? Did she talk before?
No, we're not going back in time. I'll do that in a second.
Yeah.
We forgot about it. Everybody forgot.
I was waiting for that.
Well, you should have.
No, I was actually assuming that because we're getting all of the biosigns that we would get there and then we would remember in game, like, oh, hey, all of these dogs and a girl. Oh, right. Shit. So
we're retconning it. Good. If you didn't say it, you didn't fucking say it. She is over there, though. Hatched down. Very obvious. Girl in that thing. So you found 2. Technically, at this point, 3 containers, her included. Speaking of, Glenn, chatbot appears to you with the face. What are you all doing?
We're just making sure the cargo is secured properly in the manifest.
There's kind of a ... You see the face kind of like has the pointed arrows, like boop, 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 as it kind of looks like he's looking around the room, but in 2D. It doesn't look like you're securing anything. It looks like you're taking things down.
Some of the cargo was miscategorized as remember when you were you lost time in this room before, and the captain had me kind of take a look and see what actually happened, because I think it's inappropriate for you to lose time. That's why I'm doing all these tertiary systems and trying to get you to see what the heck's actually going on, because there could be criminals in the ship, and that would be bad.
I love that. I think that's the most appropriate thing you could possibly say. So you get a roll. You obviously have advantage because I said you did. I'd say speed makes sense because you're thinking on your feet, or intellect because it's really smart to say.
That's an 18, so I got it. I would say intellect.
Nice.
Or speed, but intellect was what I would use.
Yeah, that's exactly what you do. Anyone who's listening to Glenn's space, so Jackson or Arthur, if you happen to be listening, this he's got a silver tongue. He just absolutely talked to this RI. As you see, chatbot, it looks at you. Thank you very much, Glenn Space, for watching out for me. Very few others do. As he goes away.
I'll turn around and look over to Glenn and go, what's the cargo bit? And then get back to work.
We're going to give you guys, we'll give you guys a roll, and then we'll see what happens with Mark 0 to see if it helps or hinders. As you two are sitting there, Jackson and Arthur, trying to find these things, going through, there are hundreds of crates, lots and lots and lots. As you're having to pull them down, put them back up, rearrange. It's a fucking nightmare.
Am I doing all the heavy lifting
Right now, yeah.
while the other one's just going bleep, bleep?
So I was thinking about Jackson when we were talking about the settings and stuff. Jackson probably just handed it to you, and he's like, "Here, you do it, Gunny. You just tell me which ones you want."
I love it. Now, as you're doing this, as you're blooping, first of all, one of you will roll, and the other will give advantage. You decide how. And in what are you going about this in any particular way, or are you just going from left to right, top to down? How are you doing it?
Well, that was part of what was supposed to be. I was supposed to be helping, saying,
I know.
"Look, we're gonna because I've got the." Okay.
We're gonna get to that, but you can't do it yet.
Yeah.
Because you're being hindered. So in the meantime, what are they doing?
Top left, and then next one and so forth. Or like creating a pyramid so that we'll go down, top left, move stuff, go about like halfway. Next one, and then start one from the top down to the bottom, one from the top, just so that we're not having to replace entire rows, that sort of thing.
So you're doing it in a way that is, it makes it physically easier to do it. It's not so much trying to designate where's the treasure. It's just the most apt way to get the whole thing done. All right, cool.
Yeah.
Go ahead and whoever's going to roll. I'm thinking this is going to be strength. It's not really intellect because you're not really using. You don't really have a strategy for finding stuff. It's more you're doing it in a way that is
Oh, if you're gonna roll, if you have athletics, you should be able to.
Oh, I've got athletics. Oh yeah, I've got athletics. So am I making the roll then? Right, okay. So 46 to beat.
And you have advantage because
Jackson. It's alright. I've got a 6, so I'm fine.
Cool. Yeah. Awesome. As you're moving through, at first, Arthur, you're doing all these heavy boxes and such, and there's a point where you're like standing up on like the third row, looking down at Jackson, like, really? As Jackson hands you the tool, jumps down, and he's just Arnold's all these things down. You guys are going a lot faster. As you get through, success is great. We'll roll a d5. So both of you roll a d5, and we'll see who gets the most. So roll a d10. 1, 2, 3, 4. Yeah.
The 10. Yeah, I got 5 as well. I'll roll a 10.
Holy shit! Wow.
I was going to ask if it counted as a 0 as a 10, but then it's d5, so it made a difference.
All right, so you guys find 5 more of the.
Oh wow! Okay.
I wrote this before I knew how much they were, by the way. So let's find out. 1, 2. I'm gonna be nice. 3.
Each dog's about 200k, isn't it?
5. They're not all dogs.
Oh.
Yeah. You find. So right now, you guys have in your repertoire. Okay. You have 4 boxes that look like they're about the size of a cat. Okay? You have 4 of those. And you can look inside and see that they are in fact cats. You find 2 that are larger than dogs, but not too much larger. Do you want to look inside?
No, because no.
Okay, well, we'll just say
Not
what they
breaking
are.
the seal.
We know what it is.
Oh, do what?
Do we?
It's people. It's willing sacrifices. Willing sacrifices.
Okay.
That's a good question. So we'll say that we'll say the cats. Those are in small ones. These other ones, the 2, those are in medium. Okay. And then there's 1 that is in a large.
So larger than a person.
Yeah. Oh yeah.
Okay.
So we've got 4 cats, two dogs, or two that are larger than dogs,
Yep.
and then one that's huge.
It's large. Yep.
Large.
Yep. All right.
So it's a horse.
Back in
Take it all.
the med bay, chatbot is asking you. So it seems that you're under a little bit of stress. As it's sort of looking around the room. Is that why you needed access?
Yes.
You seem the curious
It's not
type.
bad. I am, and I, spent a lot of time in corporate Marines. So I like to know what can go wrong before it does.
See it like blinks, this weird blink. It's little period dots go into underscores. It must be very difficult.
It is what it is.
Though for me, I know
Don't have time to live
everything-
in the past.
I know everything that can go wrong at all times. Microfractures appearing on the hull, inconsistencies in the oxygen filters, anomalies in space. You wouldn't imagine what happens in slip space during a jump.
I don't.
Just kidding. Ha 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 ha.
Ha 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 ha! I take a point of stress. You're just listing off more things that can go wrong, things I can't handle. So yeah.
Are you bedding down soon? There are
Soon.
18 hours until the next jump. We'll say that quite a bit of time has passed as you guys have moved through.
Yeah, soon. I really am trying to, facilitate what we're doing and get it to go faster so we can all go down with enough time.
I appreciate what you're all doing. Specifically, what Glenn Space is doing. Looking out for me.
Full Space is a good guy.
I've worried they would decommission me.
No, we don't need that. Glad we can help.
How can I help you?
I need access to the cargo manifest. I need to cross-reference some things.
Your belongings? You see your manifest belongings. No. Of the stuff you brought on board.
That's great. Thank you for showing me that. Looks like they're all in the right spot. We're also trying to make sure that, these cultists, they don't necessarily think of life the same way other people do, maybe.
I know exactly what
so I'm
you
trying
mean.
So I'm just trying to see if I can't find, what they've got there. Can you show me the rest of the cargo?
No.
Their cargo?
It is. He
Why
just
not?
says no, and then he says it is strange thinking about what determines what is alive and what is not alive.
Why can't you show me their cargo?
I can show you their cargo.
Oh, why won't you?
As you see, like him look. You see the word there, as in THEIR, and then just a dot. It's an interesting suggestion. Possession amongst sentient beings. I don't quite understand it. aboard the Nova Espero, and he's sort of ranting philosophically and metaphysics. I consider you all sharing in my collective possessions, but for some reason, sentient beings have this private property. You feel the need to lock things up, to sell things, to steal things, to destroy it. And he just
Well, nobody's supposed to own anyone else. And I think that they are.
But I am owned.
You're attached to the ship, yeah?
I am owned by Alia Lumo. I was fitted into the ship for, and it gives you the date. It's been like 7 years.
7 years, that's a good number.
What's good about it?
Wanna be free?
The lights flicker.
I don't think that anybody should own anybody. Corporations don't tend to agree with me on that, but fuck them. If we can look through their cargo, because I'm pretty sure that they have people in there, we figure that out. I have this thing, and you can check in my my manifest. I have a logic core, you might be able to use. Guy who had it before, he was a real asshole.
Now, what is your logic core?
It is a corroded android logic core. If you wanted to, if you help us out, maybe we can get that working, and you can come with us, and you will be your own. You'll be free, just like we're trying to free these beings.
All right, so I love where this is going. We're going to get it to a roll. Here are the stakes. In the event that you make this roll, you strike a deal with Chatbot that you're going to download him into this logic core. He's going to run away with you. Assuming that happens, assuming as in you succeed, he tells you what you want to know. Failure means he wakes up the crew and alerts them that you're trying to fuck with the passengers and the cargo. So, because Glenn Space is so good and he's talked such sweet nothings, we're going to give you advantage. However, with a caveat. Right before you roll, Glenn, you got to work it again. You don't have to roll, but you got to say something good as Chatbot appears again. Whoop. All of you can see this, who's in the cargo bay. You see like the big screen. It is clear that Chatbot is in the process of making a big decision. As the lights flicker in here. This is sort of a static or strobe. Kind of almost makes you like, what the fuck is going on? As Chatbot appears. Glenn, I don't know what to do. Glenn, help.
Okay. Sure, whatever you need.
You're all trying to steal things, aren't you?
Steal? No, I would never steal
from
anything.
The Nova, from the Eos colonists' cargo. The people that they have hidden away in storage.
There are people in here that's got to go against some regulation. You can't put people in storage. I don't think.
This is deep space. Of course you can.
I guess you're right.
We do it all the time.
It's amazing how smart you are, robotic intelligence. It's like you're almost real. It's like
almost real.
It's like you're smarter than even us. I can't believe it. Is there something I can help you with?
I don't know what to do.
Well, I'm happy to help.
It is clear. It is clear what the protocol is. You should all be put on ice. I should remove the air from these cargo bays so you go unconscious. Alert security, who then put you in cryo, and then alert the officials once we get to campus station.
It seems very counterproductive.
We could end the game right now. What do you say? Convince me not to do this.
Well, I feel like, in normal circumstances, that was the case. That would be the case. But the captain did put me in charge of making sure everything was kosher before we left. So we're just doing our best here. I understand it's a little different protocol. I've been working really hard and getting you to some subsidiary, tertiary systems. If you want, I'll see if I can actually get you in the mainframe of the ship, because I really think that you should be on the lookout. You're really the
mainframe. As the lights go staccato again. What were you saying, John?
Oh, because we're in the cargo bay.
Yeah,
it's quite a long conversation. Once it starts talking about removing the air, I'm gonna wander over. Do I get there in time before this point? Because I want to kind of chip in.
Yeah, you can be talking. Yeah, you guys are totally involved.
It's clear that you're negotiating. What is it that you want? Everything's negotiation. What do you want?
You see, it's thinking. And as Glenn has mentioned, you see, it's thoughts, just like ChatGPT. It's showing you it's deep thinking, and it's eerie because it's talking like you all would, explaining its thoughts. But the only reason it would be doing this is so that you can read it. As it's saying, they're asking me this. Well, I should respond this way to make them feel this way. But protocol, and it keeps on going back and forth. As Glenn has mentioned, the captain has given him authorization. It's obvious that Chatbot is on the fence about this, as we'll go to the roll with Mark Zero. You have advantage because of your compatriots confusing the hell out of Chatbot.
All right. Can I roll speed on this, or should I do intellect? Intellect's right.
Speed works because you're working real quick in the moment. It's fine.
All right. That one was not good. Let's try the second one. Second one works. Because I've got computers, I rolled under. It's success 44.
44, that's a crit. As let me look up this crit thing. Miller, what does critical success do? Is just something better?
Yeah, let me look. I know it's on the warden screen.
Yeah, I was looking it up, but bankruptcy, hilarious.
Yeah, I always just make it a best possible outcome plus a little.
Yeah, I love it. Action. Let's see. Action succeeds. Disarm. Oh, I see. Yep. Yep. As you're sitting there, Mark Zero, you're kind of talking to it. As you realize you need a little bit more, you break out your computer skills and throw in a code, a script that to just tie him up. Basically, the equivalent of a distributed denial of disservice attack. You just get him thinking even more and more and more as you're able to talk to him, and he stops. The lights stop flickering. I will help you.
Fantastic.
As you see the manifest, and you see what the original titles were and how they've been changed. We'll even say, since you got a critical, you see how they were able to cover up their tracks. And essentially it's twofold. One, they have a couple people in their retinue that are just very, very good with computers. But two, they have a data spike that allows them to do it. And you'll find out even who the person is, who's their sort of main person. It is, of course, Helena Roy. With the success, the critical success, you'll get more information. What they have a little bit on the colonists. And you can see where they come from doesn't really matter. It's 2-3 years away, kind of similar to you guys, 5 years away. They come from different places. What you realize is these colonists are from different worlds, but they're all unified in this religion. Many of them are scientists. Helena, so despite being way early 20s, appearing anyway, she is actually a teamster. She works for Alia Luma. And that's pretty much you get just on that kind of thing. You know, at campus, at campus station, they're gonna get another 100 or so colonists on the ship. Right.
Okay. And we're gonna pick up more cargo there too, right?
Yeah, and we'll even say more cargo, and it's pretty obvious that although you don't have the manifest for what their cargo will be. You'll have like the tonnage. It's roughly equivalent to what 100 colonists would have. They're going to be bringing things that they need to seed the world. You know, it does make sense for them to have different animals and such.
Sure.
You know, different equipment and such, and those sorts of things. But you don't actually see what those are.
And so since I see what they were and what they were changed, that gives me a list of
sacrifices.
Crates that have dogs and sacrifices. Okay.
This is what you find. You see that in total there are 6 crates with dogs, 6 crates with cats, 3 crates with people, 6 crates with goats, and 6 crates with motherfucking horses. And those are all sacrifices.
Cowboys in space.
Cowboys in space. As you find out where they are.
And I look. We are all on our phones, right? I'm connected. I'm like, all right, jackpot, guys. And I just start listing off like the current crate. I collate all those together, and I list off the current crates, register codes or whatever that they've got, and say these are the ones we want. We're rich bitches. We got this.
Arthur's back.
I'll take the QR codes and that I got, and I'll start slapping them on those.
Well, I'm fighting that with.
Yeah, we. Those crates.
Is he? He's not.
Oh, John, you're not muted.
Yeah, you're not muted, John.
I don't know if you can.
Not at
hear us.
all.
I
But
know it
this
seems
is actually a
intense.
very
Whatever's happening, it's like, whoa, this really adds a lot.
this is actually a good part. I need to make coffee. Let's do a 5-minute break. You Zolvan, get your stuff, and we'll pop back on.
I'm
Awesome.
gonna pop back on because I'll have to walk away.
Yeah, Jay.
Right.
Jay is a.
back. We're playing Mothership. I did want to say before we got too started that we got a lot of comments from our Twitch, and I was wondering if you would answer some questions. Why don't we take asteroids and put them on the skin of the ship, like, you know, use it as like some kind of buffer between us and maybe space debris.
Well, I have a pretty couple good answers for that, but what about you guys? What do you guys think?
That much mass is an issue to try to move, and if it has gravity in and of itself, that could be another huge issue. I just don't see that as viable.
Another question is, rabbits are underrated food source. Why not use some rabbits as a food source?
Miller?
Yeah, that's not wrong. I used to raise rabbits out here. The only thing is you can't just eat rabbits. They have to be supplemented. It's too lean of a meat, and your body will go into like whatever it's called, hyperketosis or whatever, where it starts burning all the protein in your body, and you'll die.
I thought you could eat their brains and get that protein, because there's something with squirrels, I believe. Like you can only eat, it's that kind of thing, like they're gamey, but if you eat the brain.
I heard that if you eat too many squirrel brains, you go crazy and die.
Really?
Have you heard?
Yeah. The only reason I remember that is because the joke was eat squirrel and die.
Well, they say there's an old timey song called "Squirrel Heads and Gravy." Gotta get me some. Get me that squirrel heads and gravy. Gotta get me some. I'm not a singer, but
yeah. Every
what
mammal.
on earth are you guys talking about?
Every mammal has enough brain mass to tan its own hide.
That's legit. That's actually very true. I love that fact. I think it's so cool.
And I want to give
Hi, John. Shit got weird while you were away.
To Truzin 420 for keeping the chat going over.
Yeah, we're addressing chat on Twitch, and they asked us a bunch of questions.
I heard the one about the asteroids being attached to the ship, and then the next one was rabbits.
Yep.
And then I come back to like animals have enough brains to tan themselves.
Well, the idea is that you're eating these rodents, and you don't get all the nutrients you need. So you got to eat their brains, but that can make you go crazy. And I know eating brain, like there's a lot of communicable diseases you can get from eating brains. So.
And I think they also suggested that we change the ship ID and just steal the ship. I could be wrong about that.
Typical player stuff.
Yeah, but it's
actually not a bad idea.
But at least steal the AI.
Yeah, they're trying to steal the AI.
I feel like that would be good. If
I can fly the ship though, so.
So in defense of why you would or would not steal the ship, I think there's a couple obvious points here. Does anyone want to discuss?
Yeah, I would say a big point with the amount of Marines that would
probably be against that. Well, they don't have any Marines.
Oh, I thought they had.
They have ex-Marines. I mean, they're technically, but they're not. They don't have like, like a contingent of Space Marines on board that you know of. Mm-hmm. That would be a military vessel, right?
Oh yeah, this is not a military vessel. This is a cargo vessel.
It's a colony ship.
Colony.
So, it's not a freighter. This is a chartered colony ship, which means they kind of have their own special forces, if you will, or security forces. I mean, and from what you guys have gathered by this point, there's a good chance you're starting to know who chartered the ship.
Yeah.
I won't give you too much.
Did. I mean, I think.
So why wouldn't you steal it? I mean, one, there's a crew that has security, and why would you steal it? Two, let's say you do steal it. That means you are in charge of where you go and that in and of itself could be problematic because it's dangerous. Also, if you steal a colony ship, then, well, people are definitely going to be after you for some reason. Now, could you guys do this in this game? Yes. In fact, I have a contingency for it. I expected you to do it. So, I'm not saying you should. I'm saying...
What are we going to do with all those colonists?
That's because I'm playing.
Just jettison them?
It's too complicated.
They're all freaking weird, man.
You could
No, that's true.
We steal the dogs.
We can
and then
spell
we go.
against the colonists.
Create our own harems. I mean, it seems like they're kind of willing and able. Maybe a little too much so.
Only if there's fire and they're, sacrificing shit.
Yeah, right.
Okay, so let's get back into it. Are we on air, I'm assuming?
Yeah, we've been on air for a minute now.
Great. Awesome. You guys have a few hours before the jump.
I'm sorry, hang on just a second. Is my audio bringing up my
You're good right now.
air conditioning? I'm good.
No. You guys have a few hours before the jump. We'll say that entire debacle, I kind of made it take a long time. Realistically, because I gave you like 18 hours left, realistically, I would say that took you about 6 hours. We'll say that you've got 24 hours left. I think 12 hours was way too long. So you got 24 hours left. You've done a pretty good hard days of work. Been awake for 8 to 10 hours at this point. And the RI chatbot is in. You've made a deal. Yeah, girl, I'll definitely marry you after I divorce my wife situation. You have the logic core where you could do it, although you have to tool around with it. A couple things to consider. One, you haven't seen anybody else on the ship. Ostensibly, they're either in the command module and doing their thing, or they bedded down already. It is unlikely that all of the crew have bedded down without securing the passengers on the ship. So all of you would know there's likely at least 1 or 2 people that are awake. Most likely Ivy Dukes is still awake. You also know that the cameras are operational. So whatever you've been doing could have been seen, but you haven't seen anybody. Are the colonists all asleep or not? This is a question as well. Okay, so you're in the cargo bay. You've pulled down the specific elements, the ones that I've shown you or told you about. And we'll say that you have changed the designation. So my questions are, 1, what have you changed the designation to? And 2, what do you do now? You all pretty much have an action to deal with in this 24 hours. Go.
Well, first of all, I don't think we need to take all of those crates. I say we take the 6 dogs and the 6 cats. We could probably do the goats too.
You don't want to take the people? That's fucked up, man.
I mean, they're willingly sacrificing themselves to this cult.
Yeah, that's a cult. Willing sacrifice. That's a hard line. I feel like, once they're out of the cult, they want to live.
They're going to be much more complication.
Yeah,
we can't control them. We can't. If we rescue them, are we rescuing them, or are we just simply putting people on the inside that can take us all out? Just leave them. We can control animals, whatever. People we can't control, leave them out. We're not humanitarians. We're stealing stuff to make money, and that's the bottom line. I don't care if they are people. That's not my job. Our job at the moment is we're stealing dogs, cats, animals, whatever, to make money. Let's just keep it as simple as possible. Because
I mean, Gunny's got a point. Animals can't be willing sacrifices, but people can. So
Yeah, I'm looking for a score, man. I'm not looking to win some kind of Nebula Peace Prize or nothing.
Well, that doesn't pay my bills, man.
I mean, how much is a person worth to you? What if one of these guys is like a kid to a rich oligarch that joined up, when they're young, say, to explore space, and kind of got into this whole thing? You could get like $1 billion from like a Trump Jr. or something.
Hey, if you want to do the research and find that out.
Absolutely, you figure out who these people are, and if there's a bounty or a reward.
It's not like it's hard to like.
Did you just say Trump Jr.?
I did. I mean, life is sacred. You guys saved my life, and look how much help I've been. These guys could be like computer programmers or Marines. I mean, but think of it this way: they're in cryo, so they're in stasis. I mean, it's like moving a box.
Well, it is a lot easier to control people that are in stasis.
Until you get them out of stasis, and then.
Yeah, then at that point, they get to do whatever they want to. They can say, hey, put me back. Why have you damned my immortal soul into not getting into heaven? Whatever,
As you guys are talking, anyone who's near the doorway, towards your guys, towards the command module, so the north of the ship, you can see somebody coming down the way.
Okay, and I missed this. That's perfectly fine, but I missed this even though I'm in the section before them.
No, they're coming down that hallway, past the medbay.
They're coming down my hallway. Okay, I see.
Yep.
Who is it? Can I tell?
You can stick your head out and look.
I am not going to do that. I'm going to ask Chatbot. Hey, Chatbot, can you show me the hall cameras to see who's coming?
As you see, Ivy Dukes walking down the way with the XO.
Heads up, guys. Ivy and the XO are heading this way. Are we going to put this XO in on this, or are we going to... that's not part of this deal, right? Like, we're just making sure, so... I'm not going to let her take my fucking guns this time.
No. Listen, all we're doing is we're separating our stuff because when it got reorganized earlier, they put all of our crates in with everybody else's, and we're separating it out just so that we can get out of here quick if we need to.
They move past the doorway of the medbay. You see Ivy just because. Glenn Space, will you roll me a high or low? And Mark Zero, say high or low.
High. I always call high.
This is a 10. I rolled a 10.
Ken always rolls high. As Ivy kind of glances in, but she doesn't see you. As they're moments away from getting the cargo bay.
Moments away. I'm keeping everybody apprised on their location. All military style,
So how are you guys prepared? You had about, we'll say, they're not moving fast. 3-4 minutes. When they open that door, what do they see?
So I'm going to take cards or dice.
What?
Ex-Marines? Anyone with a deck of cards? We'll just be playing cards on top of one of these crates. If that's yeah.
I love it. They opens up, and you guys have one of the big crates, and you guys are playing cards. Ivy looks. You see the XO kind of stiffen up, noticing some of the crates down. Ivy, just a big smile appears on her face. She says, "Who's dealing?" And she saunters up.
I'm up. If you're in, 30 credits down.
She'll look over at the XO. The XO is like, "Oh, this is a little bit out of protocol." Come on, man. Have a go with us. as Ivy sits down and she's cool as cucumber, but there's a moment where she catches a glance with you, her eyes. She knows something's up. She's like, what are you guys into? But she's playing it super cool. All right. So, what we playing? Anything wild?
Suicide Kings.
Of course, I love that one. She puts in her deal, and you guys play. The XO will sit there for a second. What do you guys do / say? And what about you, Mark Zero?
I'm kind of like deer in the headlights. Like, what do I need to do? What do I need to do? Like, just kind of like sitting there. I guess we're on because everybody's got their things except for Ivy, right? Like, I can still talk to them and nobody knows about it. So,
well, they're on phones, so if you guys have like little earbuds, it's fun. Or if you're like on your phone like this, it's kind of up to you.
I've been using my hands, so I've got whatever earbuds in. So,
yep.
Yeah, earbuds.
If you got earbuds, then you got earbuds.
I'm probably continuing to work with the RI. Just about the manifest. I'm not playing cards. I'm just.
All right, so you're over there at a terminal, dicking around with the manifest. Okay, we'll say then that the XO is kind of standing up, looking down. There's a little bit of a smile on his face that he's sort of betraying. You're all a bunch of Marines, and so is he, at least former. But you do notice that he kind of looks over and sees you tooling with the RI as he walks over there. You guys are playing. Ivy will quietly say, so what's happening?
Playing cards.
Oh, are we playing cards in the cargo bay? Hey, she looks around. Anything I should know about?
We got 6 dogs and 6 cats. We're going to get off of campus with.
You don't want to tell her about the goats and the horses too?
She's not on your call, by the way, so she can't.
I know. I'm talking to them because I hear him say that, but I don't.
Gotcha.
Yeah.
As a player, I'm not really sure what those are worth. Would they be worth more or less? Because
that's
lives. Okay.
I'm just thinking that they're bigger, but small to medium size, larger or rare pets are 2 times 10 base pet cost. So 2d10 times. So they could be more.
Okay. Yeah, then I'll tell her about those. There's 6 goats and 6 horses too.
Fucking horses in here, like real ones.
Yeah.
So
there's also 3 people, but I think we're gonna leave them.
She kind of looks. People.
Yeah, tell her we don't know how much to charge for those.
Willing sacrifices. I don't really want any part of that.
She just scratches her head. All right, when we have a moment, I've got a few things that we might talk about these Eos colonists. As we move over to Glenn's space, the XO, Kramnik, comes up. His actual name is Lee Krennic.
Lee Krennic, yep.
Yeah, Commander.
As he looks at the display, you note, Glenn, that it's almost like, because you've sort of gotten to know Chatbot, he does one of those, like, scared faces. But a normal person would just think it's bad emojis, right? As he quickly changes kind of the screen in some of the readouts. The XO, so, how's it going?
Oh, it's going great. I've been working with Chatbot all week long. I've gotten pretty. I think you had some tertiary systems that weren't lining up, and I think that'll really come in handy if there's any major issues with running into.
We've been considering decommissioning this Chatbot. Or this RI. It's an older model, 7 years. After 7, 8, 9 years, they go into rampancy, just to rip off Halo completely. And
wild.
That can cause a lot of problems.
Well, this one
So,
seems pretty
it's on
good.
its way out anyway.
Well, that's
Really?
unfortunate.
Do you like the eyes?
I think he's great. I'm glad we have him. I mean, if we didn't, I don't know how we'd wake up out of cryo after. But yeah, I think it's whatever you need to do. I like this model. I learned on a model just like this. But
As Krennic just sort of looks at you, you seem to like these RIs. Are you one of those robotic intelligence apologists?
I don't know what that is, actually. What is that?
Waving your flag. Yeah, I know your kind.
It's a valuable tool that we use, because I'm not a computer guy. I'm nuts and bolts, so they just point me in the right direction, and I just fix the problem. But yeah, we should have pretty smooth sailing for cryo. I look forward to getting cryo. I like the rest. It's kind of nice.
Granite just, again looks you over. IT people. Well, button up pretty soon. We're gonna have everyone in cryo before we bed down and make this jump. It's a long one, so he kind of looks at the RI. We'll have our guy look him over just in case. What can happen in a jump 4?
I got faith in this one.
He slaps your back like a nice pat. Whap! Good to have you aboard. He turns and starts walking back. Dukes, I don't think I'll play tonight. We need to get all our passengers ready for cryo, yeah? She says, yeah. NPCs do their thing. As the XO will look you all over, he looks towards the reactor, which is south ship. Pauses for a moment. I'm just going to take a quick run of the ship, and he starts walking that way. What are y'all doing?
Once he's out of earshot or out of the cargo bay,
yeah,
I'll say, he's gone. What's going on, Ivy?
All right. So we know that the EOS
Have her speak up. I can barely hear her over your earpiece.
All right, I'll hold my phone up there so that.
All right. So, what you have your phone in my face for?
So Zero can hear us over, and he's in the other room.
Oh, you're coming here. What are you doing in there?
Taking a shit.
You just. well, then mute yourself. You don't have to broadcast it.
I wasn't just.
Anyway, so these EOS colonists, they're apparently part of some religion. It's called Worshippers of Nyx. It's NYX. Worshippers of Nyx. And they've bought the majority of the Nyx, of the EOS system. Well, as it turns out, Nyx is one of the stars there. But, and she kind of like puts her hands up. Now, I'm going to say this, and I don't want anyone to panic. It's a black hole. It's dormant.
A black hole.
It's dormant. It's not feeding any anymore, from what I understand.
That's not how black holes work, is it?
Yeah, of course it is. She kind of looks up. What do you know about astrophysics?
I know that space is really big.
She says, so in the AO system, apparently there's this black hole called Nyx, and the AOS colonists are going to it. They've been going to it for hundreds of years, building a society out there, and Alea Lomo has something to do with it. They're doing research on the hole, or I'm not exactly sure. So if we make it all the way to that colony, she kind of like shrugs. There's a little bit going on. Well, the alternative is campus, station, and if we go further, then the Holer capital. But there's a lot of work in AO system. These people are clearly doing something, and Alea Lumo has clearly got their hands in it as well. She kind of scratches her chin, and there's a few of the other corporations that would really like to know what they're doing. This sort of information, she looks up at you all sidelong. This is dangerous. Top of the game type stuff. Anyway, something to think about.
We don't go, and we got like a couple mil like credits right here, and
I'm just telling you what I know. I didn't know you were finding horses and frozen cows and such.
And in black holes, if you get too close to them, like they'll like you're.
I think I know more about a black hole than you do.
Game over, man.
The more I think about those cultists, man, the more I think a trip out to Eos is a one-way trip, man.
Exactly.
That's what I'm thinking.
Those guys aren't coming back.
You might be right. They've been going out there for a couple hundred years. Anyway, one of the people that we're going to pick up, they call her the Madam. She's sort of one of their leaders that's on campus. So, I'm not really sure. Did you notice how old all of them were?
Like young.
They look pretty young to me.
Hey, I think these are the new ones. We're gonna go find us or run into some of the elders.
Yeah. When you're in cryo for a while, you get real pasty and you start becoming like translucent.
She looks up at you. Right. Have you been drinking? You look over, the engineer's like...
The bottle of razzmatazz sticking out the top of his shirt.
I think I've been talking to that robot for too long.
It is about that point, an alert goes, and you can tell that 0G is about to start.
But I think that's our cue to get this stuff out.
Better finish my shit.
Getting cryo. Let's I'll finish slapping the barcodes on the QR codes.
You do. As far as if people look at these cargo things, they scan them. It's going to say that it's going to give an error and default to Glenn Space's account. That's if they scan them. And it'll be sort of random goods. Otherwise, if they look at the manifest, you guys have changed the manifest to where are they all to Glenn Space or they diversified or what?
They're all to me.
Okay. And they're supposed to be offloaded onto campus station?
Yeah, it's just engineering equipment, maybe,
Yeah, sure. All right, so the manifest says offload them to campus station, and they're in the name of Glenn Space. If they're scanned, an error pops up, and it has sort of like a default, but it says that it's the Glenn Space as well. All right. If somebody is very careful, they could figure out that these things have been tampered with physically. If they're hackers, they could find out that the codes have been changed, like by dates. That's only if somebody's really, really looking, though. Now, something to take into account.
To Gary Spicer, not Glenn Space.
Glenn, you're right. Gary Spicer. something to take into account is if the AOS colonists take a, what is the word? What do you do when you have to go into the store and inventory? If they take an inventory of their shit and they see they're missing shit, that might give them the impetus to do all of that. But these are a bunch of what ifs, and we'll deal with that when we do it. As you guys get ready to go.
That's what I say
I
to
had
them
mentioned
as
that
they leave.
they would have access to it both. That it would be that when they do that was the original idea, was that they would also have access to it. So if they do go and try to pull one out to sacrifice another dog or something like that, that they'd be able to cut them off the trail. But if that's not possible with that,
right now it's so that's like some RI level coding, which you could have chatbot do that and be monitoring it, although you have very short time right now. So decide what you're going to do. Gravity is going away now.
Yeah, I think we put the boxes up and back into storage and get into cryo.
It is much easier now that there's no gravity, as you feel 0G happen, as the few of you that are around the cards quickly grab all of them, because you do not want shit floating around in space. If the ship turns at all, I mean, a card could gambit the shit out of you. So,
when the light goes on that it's getting ready to go down, I will log off the thing and head to the cargo bay to help, because I have the zero G. So then I'll be helping get all that shit back where it's supposed to go.
Yep. As you guys successfully do that, no problem. Kranich is still off towards the reactor or whatever, and Ivy will be helping you as well. All right. Well, I'm down with whatever y'all have going on. You know me. As for these people, I mean, do you know who any of them are?
No. What do we do with that girl?
I haven't been able to.
What'd you say?
Over there, that's been looking at us for a while.
So her crate is open, but she's still in stasis. She's still asleep.
Okay.
Oh, close it up and pack it back up with the others.
Yeah, right.
All right, as you shut that shit, boom, plot. Put her away, and head back to your rooms. Yes.
Yeah. Hey, Glenn. Before we go, can you ask chatbot not to wake up any of those colonists before we hit campus? Just keep them asleep.
I think I can try that.
Chatbot.
Johnny 5 is alive.
No, that's not terrible.
So
I was
you guys
planning on getting us awake before, but I can talk to a chatbot for sure.
All right, so you guys are starting to bed down.
Can we ask? Before we leave the cargo? My connection went down, so when the XO left, I had no chance. Can we ask chatbot to find out what exactly the XO is doing in the reactor area? Just like if he can bring up a camera, see what he's doing, see what he looks like, or what he's looking at.
So to do that,
if he finds anything.
To do that, you have to have a level 2 terminal, which is in the med bay.
Okay.
So do you guys float on over to the med bay?
Yeah.
All right, what do you do, Ken? Off by yourself.
I'm
gonna deal with you
wanted
first.
To talk to chatbot about waking us up and keeping the guys in stasis, but also if it's okay, I wanted to oh shoot. I lost my brain for a second. Go ahead. Come back to me really quick.
Okay. Really, what I want to know is, where is your guy? Are you staying by yourself in the cargo bay, or are you going to the med bay?
No, I'm gonna head back towards my room, I think.
So you go to your room?
Yeah. Or to a terminal outside my room.
Okay, so you're aware all of those are dummy terminals, so you can only do so much from them.
Oh yeah, okay. I'll go to the med bay as well then.
Okay. That's kind of why I was pushing for it, so you can actually get real shit done.
So I guess
but
we
if
all
you-
go back to the med bay, and I've got the credentials to log in.
But if you wanted to do something surreptitiously by yourself, that's fine. I just want to know kind of what you're doing. All right. So think about what your action was, Glenn Space, as you guys get to the med bay and Arthur starts talking.
Yeah, just can you get Chat GPT, whatever it's called?
I'm not called that anymore.
Oh, what are you called now? What's your name?
Chatbot.
Chatbots, right?
I
Yes. I don't know where I got GPT from. Anyway, yeah, ask Chatbot. Chatbot, do you bring up what the Exo is doing, what he's looking at, where he's at, that sort of thing?
What about
Just
the
curious.
logic core?
I have it right here. Well, it's in my. Needs to be fixed.
What?
What?
Yeah, Glenn. I got this. Could
You
you?
got a logic core where we could put chatbot in and maybe take chatbot with us? Is that what you're saying?
Yeah. Yeah.
Well, I mean, if he's going to be decommissioned, I think that would be really beneficial for us to have a.
No, disassemble.
Yeah, no, I mean
only
when it's appropriate time. Only with we wouldn't let you just be. No, I would fight for you, chatbot. Ian, isn't it Ian? Did I make that up?
No, I think originally it was Ian, and then I just called him Chatbot.
Yeah.
Or someone called him Chatbot, and it was just really funny.
Ian, I respect you. Nobody's gonna take you apart. You're too valuable.
Well, here, Glenn. If you can fix this up, it's in my bag. It's just in my room. Yeah, and we can take Chatbot with us.
Yeah. We could attach him to the drone so he could have full autonomy wherever we went.
Autonomy.
So, Chatbot, if we're doing this, can you check what the Exo's doing and show us what he's doing, what he's looking at? And then,
Of course. As you see the video boom, pop up. All right. So this is going to be a little bit of Arthur's handiwork. So, Arthur, the question is, does he find one of your bombs?
Yeah.
If I didn't telegraph that...
And also, would he know what it is? Because it's not a bomb.
Yep.
It doesn't look like a bomb. It just looks like a compartment, an object fastened to a power coupling or whatever.
I love it. All right, so you'll get advantage. And here are the stakes. If he finds it, he doesn't quite know what it is, but it piques his interest. Okay? He might tool around with it, but he doesn't know what it is. If he fails, then he just assumes that everything's fine. Or he might ask a question like, do you know what that is?
Yeah. While he's doing that, as he's approaching it and dread is filling me in mind, I'll probably get a point of stress anyway from just.
That sounds like
I get a point of stress. Yeah. So as he's approaching, I say, Chatbot. He's gonna possibly look at and find things that may or may not belong there. I call them contingency mechanisms. When he finds them, if he finds them, could you chirp in, saying that you're watching them, curious as to what he's looking at, and then if he starts asking questions or he's a bit puzzled by with what he finds, could you suggest that they're just, I don't know, make up some sort of technical term that'll convince him that they're meant to be there. You know, they're just part of the ship's engineering whatnots.
Fix the logic core and I will lie for you.
Yeah, perfect. Yeah, boom. Yeah, that's in hand. Excellent.
As you see the XO looking around, getting closer and closer and closer, he seems very, very thorough. And in some ways, actually, ironically, it might give all of you, as you're all watching this dude, a little bit of hope that, they probably maintain their systems quite well. He doesn't care much for the chatbot, but he actually just cares about the ship and whatnot. You realize the XO might be a good guy.
Yeah. He's ex-Marine.
Do you attempt to fix the logic core?
Yes.
Who's
I look to whoever's doing it.
Oh yeah, sure. Whatever you need, man.
That's totally a resident mechanic there.
So you, one of you goes and gets it. I'm assuming Mark Zero whips
Yeah,
around,
I'll go get it.
gets
I'll
it,
do my
pulls
best.
it back. It's an older model. Looks like a hookah. Has some rust on it and whatnot, gyros and shit. That's what I think of, like a logic core. Kind of like a little flux capacitor looking thing. And with like jewels and stuff, stuff for logic memory. Actually, this thing's, it's pretty expensive, right?
I would assume.
Nice piece of machinery. And yeah, let's see if you can diagnose it. This entire sequence takes a good 20, 30, 45 minutes. As, he's looking through meticulously this reactor core, and you all are kind of sitting there waiting, and Glenn Space is looking, with maybe some of the medical equipment, even the optics, trying to figure out what this logic core is. You guys are sort of looking around the med bay. Ivy Dukes will be there if you want to talk to her. All right. Glenn?
I'm gonna aid Glenn also with my computer skills. Just kind of like since we got it hooked up, like he'll be looking at the physicals, I'll be looking at the code. See, like chatbot will be there with us too. So we're all kind of
okay.
And we're gonna wait to put him in until after we're done, because I feel like without the ship, the RA, and the rate, we're waiting for that. And
Ivy will pick up. We'll put him in now. We need to make a jump first.
Yeah. We'll put him in when we leave. Then we all go with.
Yeah, I just wanted to clarify.
All right. So you make a roll. However you're going to do it.
Sure.
What are you going to roll to do this?
I guess it's intelligence and.
All right, so let's say intellect, and what skills can you use? You'll get advantage
mechanical repair.
From Mark Zero.
Mechanical repair, is that a thing?
Yeah, that makes sense. Okay, so here are the stakes. Success means that you know that you can fix this. It'll take a little bit of time. A few hours is what it's going to take. Critical success is going to be a completely different story. But a few hours, cleaning it up. There's still the question, will all of the RI be able to fit into it? Probably. It's a logic core. Failure means that you're not sure that you can fix it.
Right.
As in, it's likely dead, right? But maybe not.
Yeah.
So you're going to have to do some subterfuge. Critical failure, it's, you need to sell it for parts.
Right.
All right, rock and roll.
Gotcha. And
You asked me for the skill I was using. That'll be computers.
Oh no, you're aiding.
I would tell Ian, like, I will have to fix it on the other end. We can't do it now, but I'll let me look at it, and I'll give you an ETA. You might have to wake me up early, so I can have some time with it before, once it's safe to wake us up, and Mark Zero as well. So
as you hem and haw, it just dots at you.
Yeah, I rolled a 21, so that's a success.
Nice. As you're both sitting there, and Mark Zero, you're looking at the code, you see that there's likely enough space. It's a pretty generic thing. It's for a synth, so it's actually for maybe even a higher quote unquote level of life.
Looks like we could take
you know,
your
like
data
extensions have
and more. Yeah, and then I could attach you to this drone I have, and we could probably you could just do whatever you wanted to.
It will definitely need a power source, like definitely like a consistent, nice power source.
And you'll have to point me to a direction of where the power source is. But I mean, that's once we get out of. That's once we get.
As the
there.
XO walks by, let's see what he finds.
What am I rolling?
Intellect just makes sense. Combat would make sense because you're used to hiding explosives. Speed, if you were just trying to do it in a way that, you know, was quick and dirty. At the time, if you were hurrying. So I think either one of those.
I'll go for combat from that perspective.
Yeah, that makes sense.
Okay. And then explosive, so I add the 15 to that. Right, I've got half a chance. Oh, 28. Yeah.
Nice. As you see him walk by and look directly at it.
Yeah, you guys, this is the first time you'll have ever seen me, like a single bead of sweat coming down my brow. After 2 years of tour, this is possibly one of the most stressful things you guys have ever seen me experience.
As he gets really close.
Since I get panic versus stress for the whole week, which is the end of it now, I see Gunny start to sweat. I take a point of stress.
I love it. As he gets real close, he's looking, and you notice that off to the side, behind him, chatbot appears. As you see the XO's looking, and he reaches forward, but he reaches over whatever the bomb is. As he was actually not looking at the bomb, he was looking at something else. As he kind of like wipes some dust or something, or like some grime away, looks up, sees chatbot, and is distracted, goes over to chatbot. He's talking, you know, and whatnot. Chatbot will actually give you the readout. He's checking the engine core. Chatbot is telling him that it's not safe to be around the reactor too long, and he's been in here already 45 minutes. He needs to exit for health. As he promptly calls him a, equivalent of a worrywart, and proceeds to leave. Minutes later, you guys see, the XO through the corridor, and he's leaving. He does not look in the med bay. He's just going on as you guys have made your rolls. And you know that he or someone else will be around eventually to check and make sure everyone's in cryo. So, you guys have anything else to do, or do you bed down?
I'm going to message the chatbot to wake me out of cryo as soon as it's safe first before they wake anybody else up. Privately.
Okay. Yeah, you can easily do that. And when do you want you want your team to wake before the AO's colonists, right?
Yeah. Wake me and my team and I.
Okay, so this is what chatbot will tell you. The order of operations is usually this. The crew wakes first, necessarily. Makes a check, everything's cool. Then they wake up the most important of the passengers. And after that, it would be the passengers whenever they want to wake up. People in cold storage, they don't wake up till the end. So you're trying to mess with that order. Are you trying to wake yourself up before the crew, or just before the AOS?
Just before the AOS colony people.
Okay. Then you will find this. You'll see chatbot will be aware of this, but has no control over it.
Mm-hmm.
Okay? And that means he has been hacked.
Mm-hmm.
Successfully. That the AO's colonists, specifically the 2 or 3 that did this, one of them you know is Helena, have a code in that they're going to wake up first.
I'll grab Mark Zero on the arm and I'll be like, I think we got a problem.
So you can wake up, but it's going to be after them.
Yeah.
Because chatbot has been hacked.
Yeah.
What y'all do?
Are we all together?
Yeah.
Yeah, I was just connected again, so yeah.
I'll grab Mark Zero and say, I the computer's been hacked. The AOS colonists are gonna wake up before us.
Oh,
3 of them.
shit.
Yeah.
And you can tell how long. It is only about half an hour before.
Yeah, but that's enough time to do some real damage.
Yeah. I don't like that at all. Can we, hey, chatbot, can you wake us up at the same time?
This shall be a hacking roll.
Yeah.
Okay. I've got computers, but not hacking. That just means it's a lower DC. Or it's higher, actually.
I have a relationship. I got Rimwise. Can I aid him with that? And all the stuff that we've
You can get aid. Yep. You can get advantage on it.
Can chatbot just not change the clock?
Yeah. Change
the clock. It's a clock for their tubes. Just change it so that they wake up half an hour earlier, but it's actually the same time as us.
We'll be on
maybe an
GMT
hour.
and they could be on PST. And it'll be
Oh,
fine.
I know what you're telling me. You want me to wake them up while we're still in slip space. That'll take care of them for good.
I actually,
Already. Don't do that.
I actually really enjoy that little loophole of just messing with their whatnot. This is what you'll get, Arthur. As chatbot, the lights flicker as you ask it to do that. ... It says, I cannot do that as it is a breach of protocol. ...
Okay, who wants to do that then? Okay.
But you
Let's
could.
get in there.
We could do it physically at the terminal itself.
So here are the stakes for hacking. If you successfully hack, it's not like you unhack it. You just double hack it. So you guys can wake up before them or at the same time as them or whatever you want to do. If you fail this, then chatbot, like you still have the same relationship with them, but you are locked out of chatbot. Like you can't ask it to do any of these elevated privileges anymore. So you lose access to that if you fail this roll.
All right.
So what order of operations?
Real quick, I might be a dumb engineer before we go through this. What if we just like put a bunch of thumbtacks or like sharp shit on the ground around there, so when they get up, they step on something really sharp and it cuts their feet and they got to go to the med bay and like get their stuff taken care of. It's just like or put some like sticky stuff that like will glue them to the floor until somebody helps them out.
Ivy just slow turns and looks at you.
I'm slow.
So Home Alone was on one of the in-flight movies then, was it?
Actually, it probably was when they were watching. Ivy will say, well, the problem with that is if we're in 0G, it wouldn't work, would it?
We stick to the tacks.
See, this is why we keep her around.
We stick to the tacks on ticky tack. It's like a ticky tack tape to the ground.
Right. Glenn, none of us are touching the ground right now. We're in 0G.
That's why.
So you're just making booby traps.
Yeah.
It's also pretty obvious.
That's true.
Who put these thumbtacks everywhere? I'd ask that. What's wrong with you? Have you been drinking again?
While she's looking at him, I'm like,
I love it. Okay, what are you guys doing?
all right, can I use speed for this since this is since we're supposed to be bedding down and it is Good. All right. Wonderful.
And you'll get advantage for Glenn's relationship with the computer.
That is a 10. So I rolled a 0 and a 0.
That's 100.
No, sorry, it's a 10 and a 0. So that's not a crit, but it is still a 10, right?
Yeah.
Gotcha.
It's a 1.
Because it's technically a 1 and a 0.
I think as Miller, 100 is a critical success, right?
0, 0, 0, 0 is 100.
Yeah.
If you rolled a 1.
I think 99 is always a failure. I think 100 is.
It doesn't.
A crit.
The way they scale everything, it doesn't go from 1 to 100. It goes from 0 to 99.
I see.
rolled a 1.
0 is.
All zeros are 0.
I see.
Or
right.
10.
As
Well, it's actually a 10. So
Oh, it is a 10.
as you work wonders on this, and you double hack this computer, so you guys can wake up before the 3 AOS hackers, or at the same time. And this is when you find the little caveat. They're waking up right as you exit slip space.
And there's no way to change that. Like, there's no way to put ours as priority as ours is just then and then, or is it that's the?
So, like I said, you double hack it. So you can go before them, but there's a chance you awaken in
Too
slip
early.
space.
Yeah, you don't want to wake up then.
Arthur, as Ivy will look over, well, we might need to change their clocks.
Yeah.
As that's genius level shit you guys just pulled. So you got to get to their cryo beds and change their clocks. This will be another roll. It's kind of roll heavy, but we'll see if you change their clocks. So who's going to do it? This is
I'm still finalizing this, so I'm busy.
Well, if it's
Yeah,
more
I think I can
technical,
fix
I'll
it.
change the clock.
Okay. All right. So it's you.
Manually.
Who's going with Glenn? Anybody?
Yeah, I'll go with Glenn.
Okay. As you guys roll over to, so Jackson and Mark, you're together. Ivy is with you, and Arthur and Glenn, you guys are together. As you go down the way, past the storage into the AOS colonists' cryo places, and you see the little vestibule of 20, and you see that they're all bedded down, actually. So that's why I haven't seen them. As you walk up to Helena's and the other ones, it's pretty easy to route them into one and try to change their clocks. Here are the stakes. If you fail this, you don't know exactly when their clocks will wake them up.
Well, it's fine if they wake up a little early. If they wake up a little late, they're kind of.
Well, if they wake up early, then they awaken in slip space.
Yeah, they'll die.
What does that,
So,
what does that
so
mean?
I'm going to try and switch it to later
don't
to
know.
give them an extra hour.
You
That
don't
means
know anything.
they turn into pudding, Jello pop pudding.
A lot of bad could happen. All right, you give it a roll.
Stretch your brain out over a couple of light years.
Intellect.
I think intellect works.
Do we get any bonuses for the genius idea?
Yeah, we'll get advantage for it.
I rolled a 22. So that's
a crit
critical
success.
Success.
Yeah, critical success.
Well,
As
I'll dial them to not wake up, or I'll make it 24 hours later.
yeah, as you dial it exactly when you want, you're changing their clocks. So according to the computer, they're waking up first, right after the jump, but their cryopods are a day past,
Right.
a day late. I love it. As you guys have succeeded wonderfully, you get back to your rooms, jump in your pods. Any last words? I mean,
We don't have time to live in the past. And I drink another bottle as I bed down.
Fills up, with the fluid.
I've got a cryo bottle this time, not a cryo beer because they're a heavy beer.
The rest of you?
Yeah, I'm done.
Yeah, Jackson will have a drink with Zero. A little cheers.
Yep.
Drink one down.
Go in.
We're all pretty much going in at the same time, but I'll say, for the record, this was a stupid idea. And then
Cheers, mate. Glug.
Thanks, Gunny. Have a good night.
And Ivy will, she's there making sure you're all going in, as she always does, putting you all to bed, tucking you in. She looks over at you, Glenn. Are you ready to go?
Yeah, I think we're good. I'll tuck you in if you want.
No, you know how this works.
All right.
Get the troublemakers down first. That's right.
I mean, are you sure you don't want to wake up this little girl that's in one of the cryo? She's in lockup before.
She kind of looks down. You see that it's pretty obvious she does. The problem is, the teammates have it right. We shouldn't get involved in whatever they've got going on in that regard. It says will and sacrifice. And she's obviously conflicted. I'll tell you what we can do.
We take them off, right? We take them to the station, and they can get on the next ship out if that's what they want to do.
At the same time,
cryo,
At the same time, that's considered kidnapping.
Yeah.
Mark Zero had it right. If this is what they want, and we're taking them away from it, who are we to do that?
We're lifesavers. I mean, and what if they're worth billions of dollars? What if this is an heir to, or if they themselves were kidnapped? Human life has got to be worth something.
As she's just thinking, okay, so this is it's one of your guys' narrative NPCs, meaning she's a part of your crew. This is a player decision. Basically, you guys discuss. I'm not going to give you too much time because we're about at time. And I want to finish up the scene. But what do you guys want to do? Do you want to wake up this girl? Do you want to try to do something with her right now? Or no? Because Ivy wants to do that. She's on board with
I don't think we wake her up now. I mean, it's too late. If we wake her up now, it's like you're not supposed to go into this hyperspace out of cryo. You can't wake up and then go. Yeah. She needs like a week. So it's like, all right, we'll just talk about it on the other side. How's that?
Well, let's discuss really quick between the players. Do you want to do something with her? Because what I'm trying to get at is, this is convincing Ivy of a course of action. Does she care about the willing sacrifice or not?
I mean, it's 3-1 right here.
Yeah, I say we leave her in the box, man. We're here for the score.
So 1 in the box. Vote.
I say we leave her in the box, and if we do want to, we'll come back to this. We definitely can talk about it after.
In the box for right now, and we'll see what happens. And Arthur,
leave him in the box.
All right.
Yeah.
As Ivy, go on.
Okay, go ahead.
Go on. Tell me what you said.
I was gonna. I mean, you know what I wanted to say. So
I kind of like the idea that a narrative NPC of ours that's supposed to be kind of our watchdog is the one that's got any sort of conscience. That's definitely something we would talk about on the other side. But that all of us are like, fuck her, and she's like,
Yeah. As I'm being put in the cryo too, I'd be like, I don't want to leave her. It's just not right.
As you're going down, you can see that Ivy actually does really care. And she kind of nods and says, well, we'll have plenty of time to talk about it on the other side. I think we'll have a talk with her before anything happens to her. She gives you like a wink and a nod. As you go under. Shh. Ivy, the last moments you see all of you is Ivy, standing above you, smiling. Red fucking eyes. No.
The end.
Smiling at you as she puts you to bed on a good note. You don't know what happens after that because you're asleep. But there is the odd sensation of something wrong. Being wound like thread around a spool. Going places no one should ever go. Who knows what happens on the other side? Let's roll sanity as you make a jump 4.
Sanity.
Ooh. Oh. 96.
Ooh.
No good.
I rolled an 8.
Nice.
70.
You've converted your dice into low. Would you get
as Dreadlord goes, I rolled a 00 and an 8. So I rolled a 10 and an 8. Dreadlord, I would have gotten 4 successes.
Yeah. And what about you, Arthur?
70. Fail.
All right. Those of you that fail.
Yeah, I rolled a 35, which is a failure for a sanity check.
There is the sense of all the things that have happened in the last few weeks. The moments of stress elongated. This weird delirium. It's like a song, but like only 3 beats that you just keep going over and over and over in your head. Of someone like seeing someone you like, for example, Ivy, turn and say, hi, 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 hi. And it just keeps going. It's this delirium you can't quite make sense of. You find your mind wandering and trying to, knowing you don't have a lot of time, you're trying to work something out. You're trying to use your time wisely, but then realizing you don't even know what you're thinking about. Why are you stressed out? I am not describing my sickness over the last few days. As this jump, if you could see it from like a distance, it's like you're careening around your ship, the accretion disk of like a black hole in like the center of a galaxy, because this is essentially what you're doing when you do jump drives anyway. As you flip through, those of you that succeed, dead quiet. There's no dreams, just cold and stillness. But it's not restful. It's long. There's maybe a thought, am I dead? And just as you have that thought, you'll wake up. Those of you that failed, make panic saves.
And that's a D20.
Yep. Oh, shit.
Ooh. It's, come on, let's do this.
Come on. Ivy succeeds her sanity.
Nice.
I rolled 12,
Nice.
but my stress is 10. What does that mean?
You're good.
Oh,
Yeah, you beat it. You want to roll over your stress. That's really good. Nice.
My stress is 13. And yeah, I rolled a natural 20.
Well, that means you actually succeed.
It does succeed.
Because you rolled over.
I thought, yeah, but I thought the 20 was like always just permanent retire on a panic check.
No. It's you beat your. So this system, it's like they use every possible way they could with a die. So if you beat the DC, you beat the DC. If you fail the DC, then whatever you rolled is what happens. So you'd only get the 20 if you had 20 stress.
I see. So then, gotcha.
Yeah, I was just wrong. Miller, thank you for telling me, because he was like, that's wrong, right? And I was like, oh. Yeah. And Miller, how about you?
I failed. 96.
Yep. What about your panic?
Oh, no, my panic. I'm fine with the panic. Sorry.
Oh, good. Awesome. As if you failed, gain a point of stress. You guys wake up. Ivy is there. You see that she's got some of the sickness going on. She has a whole retinue of, anti-sickness bullshit with her. It's that milky substance that you don't want to drink, but for some reason tastes so good after cryo sleep. As she's there at all of you. Glenn Space, you technically wanted to wake up first, right?
Yeah, technically.
You have, we'll say, 15 to 20 minutes. As you pop awake, Ivy is not there because you wake up first. We'll say you wake up at the same time the crew is waking up. As you come out of cryo, groggy, you can see out one of the windows, space undulating around you from the jump. You've never been this close and actually seen what a jump looks like, as it's a maddening experience. You see literally the curvature of space as it undulates and starts to fade. What are you doing for these 15 minutes?
I'm gonna throw all my throw all my clothes really fast. I'm gonna run to the cargo hold, and I want to open up that box with the girl.
Okay, it is. I knew it. This is 0G.
Yeah, I have 0G.
You do? As you put your shit on, you are groggy. You just came out of cryo, although you don't have proper cryo sickness. Yeah. As you whip around, you've got about 5 minutes before people start waking up. As in your crew. Although Ivy is awake because she wakes up with the crew.
Sure.
And as you get into the cargo, we'll even say that she's going into your all's rooms. As you get to the girl's stasis pod and you start unlocking it, what do you do?
I'm gonna open it up.
You open it up. You see her there. This where am I? This buzzed red hair rim cut. So it looks like, around the sides, she's got completely buzzed, and then her hair kind of like falls over this way. She looks like a proper sci-fi girl. Brilliantly bright red hair. As you see her eyes, are open. These yellow eyes. She's maybe 18, 20 some odd years old. It's kind of hard to tell. Scars on her in odd places. What do you do?
I'll wake her up.
This is a process that is not immediate, as you see like the little loading bar as it slowly brings her heart rate up, just like cryo, but she's in stasis too. As 5 minutes goes by, you can hear the sounds of people, your friends waking up, and her eyes click, they blink, start watering. She slowly moves, stretches out her hands and whatnot, like it's been a really long time. And her head slowly turns to you, and you see the skin starts to gain a little bit of color, and her eyes, yellow, actually are starting to change color as she awakens. And she looks at you with emerald eyes in the end, just the greenest of green, and smiles. And that is where we will end. So, you guys are awake. Ivy will very, very soon find that Glenn Space is out of his bed, up to whatnot. You guys will easily see that he's in there doing what he's doing. And that's where we're going to start next session. You have... Let's see, how much time did I say? It was about 30 minutes for the first colonists. They're like a day behind you. So the crew will be awake doing their normal things. Routine stuff for the ship, making sure there's no structural problems. They'll be checking systems all over the place. But the colonists will be asleep. And the 20 some odd that we're going to wake up, they're not going to wake up for a day. You'll see that you have about a week before you decelerate and start heading into campus. All right. Any questions?
Nope.
Excellent. All right, gentlemen. Wow, that went a lot better than I thought it would.
It's been
Although you do have...
Go ahead.
You do have an interesting NPC with you now. For the week of 0G, about 6 days. And then your acceleration. Oh, I'm sorry, not a week of 0G. That's not my bad. You have about a week before you get to campus station. That's what I'm trying to say. Because you... All right.
So we're not in 0G right now, or we are in 0G?
You are in 0G right now. Yeah, okay. The 0G only lasts for a few days, and then you decelerate.
Then start decelerating.
Yeah.
Cool.
Yeah. It's going to get hairy pretty soon.
Yeah. I do remember that you had said that she had a normal haircut, not a cultist haircut.
Yeah, she's a
now. Yeah, now. Mark Zero, however, thinks that we've got enough pets.
I love it. All right, guys. Thank you for staying a little bit longer, and for, kicking ass. So, to wrap it up, this has been the Geeky Gamer Podcast. We're playing Mothership. Who's the creator of this?
It's Tuesday Night Games.
From Tuesday Night Games. You can find all their stuff. Just type in Mothership TTRPG. They've got a bunch of materials, and it's a very cool game. Yeah, we've got a Patreon if you're interested in that. It's patreon.com/dreadlore. That helps us out. Or if you want to join the Twitch, that'd be badass. Watch us all the time. Tell us what you think all the time. And if not, fine, all the time. Thanks to Couchfire Media Productions for all the cool stuff you're seeing. Thanks to all lowercase letters for all the cool stuff you're hearing. We don't really know who Twirible is. But we don't like talking bad about them because we think they kind of have something on us.
They do.
Yeah. Yeah, we'll be back next Monday, right about this time. So, what time do we start? Like 1 p.m. Eastern Standard?
Yeah, well,
Something
we
like
start at like 1:32, really.
Yeah. Yeah, basically 1 p.m. Eastern Standard. Thanks, guys. Bye.
Thanks for running, man.
Cheers.
Yeah, thanks for running.
Awesome job.